as you were.
So, for those of you who didn't get to have a read through of the background of this place, I'll just go through a little bit of the history that everyone knows of this space. Let me just find this. I'm just sending a photo to the group chat now.
Yes, sir.
This is the snowy peaks of Kaldrfjell. Kaldrfjell, yeah. So this is kind of like on the north peninsulas of the Sword Coast. This temple has been here for like centuries, a long time, and it was home to a lone monk named Elder Maxim. Elder Maxim lived here and kind of barred himself shut in here for a long time until a village that lived down the very bottom of these mountains was raided by a bunch of barbarians, and a lot of them found sanctuary here in this space. As the barbarians were chasing them behind them, they barred up the temple, and for quite like a week at least they were trying to get in. But 3 heroes emerged from this temple, and for 4 nights and 4 days came outside and battled against the barbarians and slaughtered most of them, and the ones that did survive fled back into the mountains and never came back. So the village, finding sanctuary here, found their way back down to the mountains, found their home again, and these heroes died of their mortal wounds and were laid rest underneath this temple. Now there's been so many rumors about people coming here and trying to retrieve these artifacts and weapons of these lost heroes. What has sent you guys here is this is also the resting place now and a ritual site for a group of vampires, and clerics have sent you up here to rid them of this place, of this sanctum. So you've made your way up the snowy peaks, and the winds are howling. It is almost near impossible to hear. As you arrive, you will find yourself here. It is blistering, blistering cold. What would you like to do?
Oh, good lord. I will wrap myself up in my scarf, just a little bit tighter, and I will absolutely be not happy with the circumstances. Yeah, this place looks absolutely dreadful. But I suppose this is the front gates, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just for my own imagination, are there any cool key differences on any of your 3 characters that are like
yes,
would
sure,
be different from
absolutely.
how we looked just escaping a prison? And
Absolutely rude of me. No, Kaldr is in the most exquisite furs and silks. He has got a scarf that is custom made for him. It actually has Kaldr down it in Elvish, but he keeps it close by. No, I've now got a pack on that I take with me to the digs that I have been able to fund myself, and I've got some fur boots. My leather ones were not quite warm enough for this climate, but I'm still shivering a little bit more. I do have my grimoire under one arm, and what you will notice mostly probably is a wand of sorts. Kind of flicks between his fingers, using it almost like a pencil, but it kind of extends out and kind of has a few tips to it. It's kind of like a 5-pronged device.
Like a knife?
Not quite like a knife. A common misconception amongst the tabaxi of the world, but mine, people of culture, you see, I'm still experimenting with it. It has a bit of a few weird properties, but no, completely bald head, pointed ears, and pieces of jewelry around as I do. But no, I haven't seen you guys in a long time. What do you look like?
Oh.
pretty
Oh,
same old, like simple shit. He's definitely wearing. He'll have like sort of what looks like a bearskin sort of cloak that he's wearing over him. But apart from that, he's wearing simple clothes. He'll be trying to hold his hat down probably as we're trudging up his sort of floppy wide brimmed hat. I imagine we're not suffering sunlight here, so his blindfold's probably off. And he's just there with the staff, probably pretty frost covered at this point, but still with the lichen and small mushrooms sort of growing off it, and sort of clinging to to both of his shoulders. You'll see on one side an owl that sort of just wings in, trying to battle against the wind to just stay clung there, and a small sparrow sort of tucked in on the other shoulder. And yeah.
Very cool.
For Luna, not heaps of change, physical appearance and everything. Longer hair, still tied up in the same kind of dreadlocks, tainted from red to black, to probably coming down to her waist now. Really clean and looks very like high, like expensive, like chainmail armor. So with that same similar color scheme of black and reds. Hence with monks have got these little gems that kind of shimmer in the little light that catches it. Noticeably different would be probably the very heavy sword that is sitting on her right hip that has at the top of the hilt a red and black gemstone embedded in it, as well as a now fully completed amulet around her neck that is in the shape of a dark sun. Oh, and cool face paint.
Like Spider-Man?
No, I wish, but no. She's not that hip.
Not that cool. Yeah.
No. Oh, sorry. And now she has different eye color. She has now got lighter eye color for whatever reason.
It suits you better.
Pardon?
It suits you better.
Thanks.
Although just like, oh, your eyes changed. Harlow, I imagine this version of Harlow, through his traveling in the Underdark with this particular group, and the influences of such of Auric and Kaldr, has a bit more color to his cheeks. Haven't updated my hero forge, but he is a little lighter in the a little more towards his human / half elven-esque visage. His hair's grown longer. The single white streak of hair is now very much diminished. It used to take up almost half a side of his head, but it's now just a slight stripe. Nothing in particular that he's picked up outside of his very what's the word? Like lavish black and purple cloak with gold buttons. He has since removed the leather armor he used to wear to allow his like deep magenta silk shirt to flow and allow him to have more movement.
Quite a lovely fabric, Harlow. Where did you get it from?
It was a suggestion of yours.
Yes, so they did deliver, I see. It's always good to get Boris to get the fine silks all over Salt Coast.
Very talented tailor he is too.
Yes.
I'll have to visit him again. Of notable acquisition is a new staff. What he used to have was a brass-topped, cobra-headed cane that he walked with, but this is a beautiful wrought black iron staff, very fine, very intricate design, weaving up the shaft with a claw made of ivory that sits atop it.
Cool. Very cool. So, so Harlow, you're quite used to the cold. Is that
It doesn't bother me too much.
Doesn't bother you too much? Okay, good to know. Very good to know. And so we've got
Point of action, it bothers me extremely.
I figured that out. So, Kaldor, you're a wizard.
That is correct. Yes, I studied the arcane history of the ancients and. More focusing my studies on the gravitas of the world that we are around, how it works, how it attracts, and what the old nations used to worship.
Very cool, sick. Okay, and Laluna is a paladin.
Yes, I am a paladin. I mean, my deity is Sirik, and I am a Oath of Vengeance.
Okay, cool. And Harlow, warlock.
Warlock Bard.
Warlock Bard. Oh, that's right. Yes. And Auric, you are a
Ranger Monk.
Ranger Monk. Sick. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, as you arrive to these front gates, you can see that the gates are very much collapsed. It looks like they've been there for hundreds of years, and these collapses are obviously from decay, but also probably from the old raids. You can see that there's some, even though it's quite blistering and snowy, you can see that there's some quite common tracks that lead up, just not even coming in, just coming up to this the stone and iron gate, where some of the villagers from below have been collecting it as resources, but they don't seem to come in anywhere near inside.
Can I just go up to one of the gates and have a bit of a closer look and use my historical knowledge and correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders and what race that comes from?
Certainly, sure. Roll me a history.
History, that is 17 plus 9, so that is 26.
Yeah, wow, crap. So this is a very old, ancient gate. You can see as well that just behind the gate, there's a staircase to the ramparts above it. It looks like it was made by men, and with the help of some dwarf, you can see some like kind of very fine dwarven like welding where the iron used to be, where the iron gate used to be.
So it looks sturdy.
It looks very sturdy. It just looks ancient and old, and probably decayed from the weather.
My best guess is it's some sort of stronghold or fortress. One that the clerics were telling us makes sense that this is where a battle would have happened, I would imagine.
So you guys, how we'll run this, because we'll just, as you're not in combat, we'll just go through each individually and see what you guys would like to do. You can either run it all collectively and go to one place, or you can all individually go somewhere. I don't mind.
Well,
So remind me, we're at the point we know we've been hired to clean this place out of vampires.
Essentially, yeah. You know that there's a vampire ritual that happens here. But
Well,
there is also some
everything-
pretty...
Sorry to interrupt. By everything I've read in Papa's library, the vampires can't come out during the daytime. So I'm going to go have a close look. I don't know about you. Rick, would you follow me, please? And I'm going to walk over and check out this.
Cool, fantastic, sure. Are you all following, tagging along?
I will be
Specifically
entering as
not.
well.
I will want to hold back to see, like, just to keep observation, not specifically for any reason. I'm just kind of keeping an eye out, but give me a little bit of time, and then I'll probably come in at some point.
Cool, sure. Okay, so Reese, as you come in and you approach, as you're kind of like very fixated on what this altar is, you can see that this whole section here, coming from these are kind of like archways that lead to this. It's this kind of altar that hangs over the cliff.
Oh.
And you can see it's a stone altar all dedicated, and you can see the inscription that's still in common on this little pillar here. It's a stone altar that's dedicated to the temple's founder, Elder Fubin, Fubem, Fubin, who died nearly 300 years ago.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, that's all you see so far. As for who did you ask to tag along with you?
Ulrich, he normally watches my back when I'm looking at stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
he sort of gives a little scoff as he goes off.
Yeah, sure.
And sort of heads off in the other direction, but gives a little whistle, and the owl goes and sits on Kaldor's shoulder.
Sure. Can you roll me a perception check as you're kind of just wandering in?
Yep.
Ish.
I'll roll the dice and then see what I actually have. Fuck me. She's good. It's a 23.
Oof. Okay, cool. Well, what you can see, it wasn't very clear before as you were entering, but as you do enter, you can see that that a lot of the snow doesn't compile around the center of this courtyard, and you can see these kind of fresh footprints leading up into the temple, and you can see some fresh footprints. Yeah, and you can also see some footprints leading over this way as well.
Over which way, sorry?
Over this way.
Is that like a building or something? Is that?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's because the reveal thing is.
No, that's cool. So that's a big solid building, and then that smaller square is an altar looking out over the cliff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Okay. Yep, that's cool.
There we go. Oh, you can see it. Sorry. The reveal thing's still on. There you
go. Oh, quite fascinating.
Kaldor and Liliana, what are you doing? Luna. Oh, so not Kaldor, Harlow.
I think I probably sing after these guys being completely fine, walking in here, and there'd be no sort of effect. I will just walk over to the area here and have a look.
Sure.
Here.
Inside them?
What am I staring at right now? What am I?
What you can see essentially is it's kind of like this old broken down building. There is kind of like a shattered oak door, but it's slightly ajar. If you just poked your head, you could see inside. There's some gaps in the rock as well.
Can I look through the gaps in the rock, please, to see what I can see?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a perception check. As it's still very, very windy here and blizzardy, so it's quite hard to see. It's still even coming inside this this little stone.
Yeah, absolutely. Perception, and I'm garbage at it. Well, 18.
18. Very nice,
Yeah.
very nice. So I'll reveal this little area to you.
Thank you.
What you can see as you're kind of poking your head in, you can see this is like an old snowy crypt, and there's two at the very end of the room, on the left and right. So these places here. Oh, for fuck's sake! These places here. There's two like altars, and then this podium-like structure. It's almost like a tower, but quite small. But on the left altar, there's a little chest there.
I'll turn around and I'll look over to Kaldor and be like, I think I found something.
Oh, well, get my nose out of this altar down here, and what have you found? I'll start wandering over.
There's do the stuff inside, the things you described me, Seb, do they look odd? Like, do they look like they've been like damaged from age, or do they feel like they're kind of being kept to a proper condition?
Everything looks like it looks like how they should. It does look like there's like a little bit of like damage, not too much, like they're not rotting or like there's not stones crumbling off them, but they do look old. But the chest looks quite well maintained.
Yep. Awesome. I'll be like, seems like a couple more altars, but there's a peculiar looking chest in that far corner one that seems a little bit too pristine for being here, let's just say, in this condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful you two. There's fresh tracks hidden in there.
Oh,
As I look down, I'm like, yes.
well, may as well see if anyone's home. Hello?
Hello.
Fuck.
You hear no response.
Be my guest. I'm not Southern, but
I don't know what's
People
gotten
here.
into all of you.
be my guest.
No, well, maybe I might just try and edge myself just a little bit closer to this door. Maybe to there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just listen out, see if any stones move or anything. And I want to wave my wand around a bit, and the five prongs almost extend out to a greenish hand. And I will use Mage Hand and go over and just try and touch the chest, see if it moves, if it budges, how heavy it seems.
Sure. Like as in touch chest, as in like you're just
Yeah, give
like
it
a
a
small shunt.
Give it a push from each angle. If it starts to go, I'll stop. And then maybe if it's got a lid, just give it a nudge, see if it will give,
Sure.
or if
Yeah,
there's any
sure.
resistance.
As you start pushing it, it doesn't feel too weighty. It feels like it's the weight of a wooden chest. And as you start to kind of lift up the lid of the chest, it does.
Oh. Well, if anyone's got any objections,
Like I said, be my guest.
I will continue to open the lid.
Sure. As the lid continues to, and it slaps open. The lid is now completely open.
Can I see what's in it from here, or am I a bit too far away?
You're a bit too far away. Yeah. There's nothing like coming out of it. It doesn't look like it's sacked to the brim.
Well, these things do prove just difficult from a distance. You do have to excuse me the time I take for these things. Ancient history can be quite precious, I'll say, to as if anyone's listening. And I will then put the wand away, and I'll get up my hands, and I'll kind of make a couple of fists, and just kind of start concentrating on the earth beneath the chest. I'm going to cast mold earth and kind of sink it down a little bit, maybe 5 feet or so.
Sink the altar down 5 feet.
Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
I can do a 5x5 square.
Sure, that's fine. So as you start to you start moving the altar down, you've molded earth before, and it usually it does seem quite like smooth as it goes, especially with your knowledge of magic. It's kind of like it would just lower, but when you lower it, you can hear it sounds like almost iron snapping.
I will stop. I will stop then.
Sure. As you stop, and yeah, that's all you'll hear.
It seems like it's not as normal as we might think. At least there's some contraption around or by it.
How so? What do you mean?
It sounds of iron, not just earth underneath it.
Okay.
That's curious.
The distance it did go down, do I get any more of a look inside, or I'm just too far away, aren't I?
As it goes down, you can start to see like the back, like the back of the chest, and it's still, you can't see anything inside it.
This blasted snow, I tell you, it's bad for the eyes. Oh, Rick?
Who was pretending he wasn't watching, but was really just watching through the owl. Sort of, the owl takes flight off your shoulder and just sort of tries. Is there somewhere it can perch just on the other end of the room?
Yeah.
Chest.
It could perch on top of, yeah. So those are like some old steel. There's 6 steel beams that hold up the roof. There's probably like a clonked out rock
Sconce or something to land on. Yes, sweet. So I'll just land above the chest and just see if I can see what's in it.
As you look through the eyes of your owl and you look down into the chest, you can see this this golden, like very golden, kind of shiny, almost like magically like aura shiny amulet. With still the necklace and everything's intact. It looks like pretty fresh, but also what you see is on the side. Actually, roll me a perception.
Yep. I believe that has to be on with Owl's perception, which is +3. That one is cocked. Oh, it's not great. It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
No, that's all you'll notice for now.
Yep. Cool. I'll sort of walk up behind and it's an amulet. It definitely looks magic. Something else, but I can't quite make it out.
It's very much giving me, oh, look, I'm a trap.
Yes, I've seen quite familiar ones in my travels. What do we think? Do we want to have a closer look at it? I don't believe it's going to unleash a bunch of vampires. That's probably the big building behind us, but it might be a useful item. Those harrows did sound quite well achieved.
You always make such well-educated decisions, Calder.
It's the research, Harlow. It's hours and hours spent inside of Papa's library, and you learn a lot from the stories of other heroes.
You're not wrong.
I hardly
I think
have.
we should take a closer look. Harlow reaches up and the tips on his first two fingers on both hands have like a slight darkened tip to them. And as he writes through the air, a shadow-like smoke almost forms where he draws, and then the smoke itself dissipates, collects around his eyes, which go black momentarily and then come back to normal. I'm going to cast See Invisibility.
See Invisibility.
Yep, and just take a look around the general area,
As
looking
you're-
where the tracks go.
The general area, as in like the whole courtyard and inside this room, or just like.
Yeah, so I've walked up to where these tracks are in the middle of the courtyard. And I'm going to follow the tracks left and right, and then I will come over to the building after that.
Sure. As you're wandering around and you're keeping an eye out of obviously like, you don't see anything. Nothing pops out of the normal.
Great call, though.
Harlow,
It's a very dry snack.
when you're
Sorry.
ready, Harlow, do you want to go and actually have a look at the chest?
Cracker rations are awful. Right. Well, on me. I will walk inside. We'll just do a scan of the floor as I walk through to make sure I'm not standing on cutting a tripwire or a pressure plate.
Sure. Roll me a. Yeah, just roll me a perception as you're kind of like checking around the room for like any pressure plates or tripwires or anything.
16.
16. As you're carefully walking through and you're checking like between each panel and making sure that there's no kind of like differences. There is some differences of like, some old decayed tiles that kind of pop out, but nothing that seems out of the ordinary. Nothing that seems overused or slightly cleaned or maintained.
Wonderful. I'll skirt to this side of the room and come right up next to it and just investigate what I'm looking at. Someone said something about a mechanism or something.
Sure. So the first thing you'll notice as you approach the altar, you'll notice right on the very corner of it is some fresh frozen blood.
Ooh.
And then as you inspect that, you look into the box. You can see this metallic, this golden, shiny amulet. But you can't see any specific mechanism. Whatever Kaldor has done, shifting the earth below it, has obviously caused something to break.
Wonderful. Is this altar precariously on the side of a cliff?
Just off, so you can see here, like this is where the cliff's edge is, and this is where.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, but this edge here, yes. It's
Yep,
hanging off.
wonderful. In that case, I'll reach forward and close the box and pick it up.
Sure. As you reach forward and you try to pick it up, it seems that there's a little bit more in it.
Oh no.
But it still lifts a little bit, like there's a little jiggle, but there's obviously something just catching.
Are you right, Harlow?
Something's off. I can't tell what it is. Can I take a closer look at what it's catching on?
Yeah, as you lift it up and you kind of start to look underneath the chest, you can see like an iron pipe that seems to descend into the altar.
And if I take a step back and look at the whole altar, does it seem like that is some form of drain?
The altar looks like an altar. When you looked at the
Flat table, no like raised lip or anything.
no raised lip, but when you did see the iron in comparison to the stone, the iron looked fresher.
Okay. Someone's made adaptations to this place.
Yeah.
That'd be more of your expertise, Calder. It's safe. I'll spin back around and walk back to him with the... Guess I'll hand the chest to La Luna.
Oh, so
No,
you
this
can
is-
remove the...
You've removed the chest off.
I believe that's what I did, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So you couldn't remove it. You were trying to lift it up, but it was only slightly jutting. So that whatever this iron pipe is catching it. So you can't like, you would have to like force it off if you wanted to.
Oh, understood. I don't want to touch this thing. Vampiric rituals leave me testy. I ain't got any way to do it though. All right, I will take a step back. And attempting to stay 5 feet away from it and use the claw on the end of my cane to pull the amulet out of the chest.
Sure. As you dip your cane into it, what's it made out of?
It's a magical item. It's an ivory claw.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
wrought iron.
As you reach in and you touch the amulet, you hear a mechanism go, and from the lid, a big kind of axe goes and whacks into the side of your cane, but it doesn't seem to cut it off. But it seems with enough force that it could almost sever someone's limb. But as you touch the amulet, your cane goes through it.
Oh.
And it seems to disperse into like as you described, a drain.
That was horrid.
I will just cockily lean up against one of the walls and go, perfectly safe, is it, Harlow?
Well, the floor was.
Why don't you get yourself out of there?
That was pretty entertaining, not gonna lie.
You're not wrong.
Wonderful. Somebody wants blood, that's for sure. Can I? It's just blood. I'm not an expert in blood. Never mind. All right, yeah. This is.
An expert in blood.
It's just blood. I can't tell what it is. Who it's from. Right.
I can assume that the drain obviously.
If movies have taught me anything, you definitely can. You just look at orc blood. You just know.
Exactly.
The stuff of fairy tales, Eric.
Well, I bleed black ooze, and I don't know what I am. So.
Well, let's hope to not see any of that today. Would anyone care to go to the front door?
I would indeed.
Although this seems like an altar of sorts, I don't imagine they do all their business out here in the cold.
Oh, fair point. Is there anything of interest about this altar? Or is it just an altar hanging off the side of the cliff?
So that was the
Elder Fubin.
Elder Fubin. Yeah, that's what Kaldor originally investigated.
Oh, this one over here.
Yeah. So this.
Thing.
Sorry, let me get this thing out. So all this here is essentially the like the what's the word I'm looking for? The scripture, the
Oh, it's like the nameplate or whatever it is.
It's the nameplate of, and then there's the archways to this statue of the founding. He's the founding pastor of this temple.
Understood.
As Laluna kind of steps back and begins to make their way over to what I assume is, well, everywhere everyone is going is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you living there? Can I take a glance over to the bottom of the screen of what this area is in here?
You certainly may. You can see that this is a front portion of this pavilion is very open to the elements. But at the center of it, you can see a woman standing, the statue of a woman standing in robes and a fist in the air, ready for combat.
Does this bear any resemblance to any details of those three heroes that we heard about, or that I can recall?
Roll me a history. Actually, I'll say no.
Okay.
No. You didn't really actually get too much information about the three heroes.
Okay.
All descriptions of seem to be very vast.
Yeah.
Like some people
heroic weapons fighting.
Yeah. Some people were like they were giants. Some people went they were goblins. You know, the stories are so vast.
Okay.
Although, as you're all looking at this, Ulrich, you're a monk. You would recognize this statue.
This one here.
Yeah.
Do I know a name? Do I know any history?
Roll me a history.
Yep. Well, damn. I don't think my history is great. +0, 11.
11. A name doesn't come to mind. It's on the tip of your tongue. You're like, I know this face. I know this stance. As it seems that she's kind of almost she is in a martial arts stance, and this looks like you're like, I know this is a teacher, not of yours, but of the martial arts. It's quite well known. Yes.
No, I think you're on the right path, Luna. Let's have a look up here. I just want to follow Luna and come up round here.
Sure.
Ah, yes, they're going then.
This here, so these steps go up about 10 foot. So there is like this area here.
It's like a balcony.
Is 10 foot up, and those stairs reach up the sides of it. But as Kaldor, as you come up onto the stone, can you roll me a dexterity, please?
A check?
Yes.
Dex is +3, so that is a 14.
A 14. As you step up off the last step, it's so it's ice.
Oh,
it's so
thank
and
you, Sib.
almost slip over and you catch yourself.
Oh, good gracious! Do they not?
It wasn't very proper though.
Oh no, absolutely not! I almost grazed my knee. How much these trousers cost?
Come on, Dwinkle Dolls. You're meant to show us how it's done.
I would readjust myself and be absolutely bewildered that the vampires don't have some servants or anything to help clean up their front doorstep.
I think they'll be dead.
Dead or not, they can still help. I've seen the magic before. But what interests me is this gargoyle or statue. Can I see what its nature is?
You certainly may. Let me just... I
will also tell the others to be careful coming up the stairs.
Sure.
I'm not that obnoxious.
As you approach the statue, you see it's the two statues of lions.
Oh, how wonderful!
Nothing in particular. It seems to be more just for show than it is for tell.
I will still sketch them down in my journal.
Sure.
No inscriptions, no plaques or anything around them.
No inscriptions or plaques. No.
Okay.
I'll use a green flame blade cantrip to just not completely melt through the ice, but to just make patches where I can get more grip as I'm walking along.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So it slightly softens the ice, so it's not so dense and slippery. It's more liquided. You kind of easily step across.
I'm gonna try walk up it. I'm too cocky to let Kaldor get away with it.
Sure. Are you just walking at normal pace?
Does our party
Yeah,
have a
I'm
toxic trait?
I'm gonna cautiously, but like, yeah, I'm gonna cautiously walk up it.
Sure.
But...
If you walk at half speed, as you'll be fine. You'll.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna take my time and just.
But it's like you're slightly trying to walk normally, but it also doesn't look normal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll be like trying to like puff out my chest, but like kind of like. Whoop.
Yeah, but there's a slip in there sometimes. Yeah, great.
I
Cool.
like.
Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And for you, Ulrich?
Yeah, I will also carefully sort of step over, sort of like plant the staff down on the other side and sort of seeing Kaldor slip a little. And
yeah, sure. As you're all actually, Harlow, as you're kind of like almost like a what are they? Metal finders?
Metal detector, almost.
Metal
Yeah.
detector. And so you're kind of watching the ground, and your feet is where you're going. You notice as you're walking, as you kind of come to the center of these steps, you see little trickles of blood leading into the temple.
Are these? I was about to ask if I was looking for the tracks from earlier. They just lead up the
It
stairs.
seems that the tracks and the blood seem to be as fresh as each other, but the blood's frozen over.
Yeah, gotcha. And is this a solid door?
That is a solid door, yes.
It
seems to be barred from the outside.
Barred from the outside.
Yeah.
And that's always a good sign.
Barred from the outside. Huh. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just gonna send the owl hard and fast down here to
Sure.
I just want to see see if there's anything going on like in this general area. I just noticed there's a few.
Sure. As the owl kind of like swoops around and scouts around, you notice that on the side here is again from the outside a barred kind of like chamber, like, you know, basement dwelling door.
Where, sorry?
So it seems
Okay.
over here.
Up like right at the top.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Well, either someone doesn't
Does
want
it?
something getting out, or they are tricking us to come in.
Or they wanted whatever's in there to stay there.
Yes. Well, there must be some sort of exit somewhere else, though. If they're still terrorizing the region, maybe we can go in and find the exit and, well, get rid of the pest problem.
Which way do we want to go?
What do we think? Front door or the basement?
I think front door is the best place to start. We want to cover all our areas, don't we?
Definitely full frontal.
Never say full frontal again.
We, Kaldor will have a little bit of colour come back into his cheeks as he blushes at this horrid, lewd talk from his adventuring companions. But no, he is wondering though. This bar, that bar in the door. You said two big iron doors. Does it look like a solid piece of wood? Does it quite heavy?
It looks like a very big, heavy piece of wood. Yes.
Yes. Well,
Surely I can lift it. I'm kidding.
But
I'm sure you can. But just to be safe, we don't want to put ourselves out right now. I'm just going to adjust the density on it, and I'm going to make it lighter. I'm halving its density.
Wow, cool.
So while halved, its speed is increased by 10 foot. And it has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Great.
No.
Sure. Is this piece of wood kind of also almost like wilts?
It's sentient now, guys.
Sorry.
It looks sadder.
And after I've adjusted the density, I will then turn my eyes to my companions, as I will not attempt to lift this.
Oh, don't look at me. I'm all skin and bones. That's
I'm
all you
already,
look.
I'm already making my way to the door.
Sure.
Do I need to be? I'm gonna be cautious walking up these stairs as well.
Yeah, I imagine you're all quite careful walking up But as you kind of like prep yourself, bend your knees, straighten your back, get under the piece of wood, and you start to lift something. You start to imagine that will be quite heavy, and it goes, huh? It lifts off very lightly. You almost kind of like throw it as you go like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, that was easier than I thought.
But the doors seem to still be quite firm shut.
Okay.
The wind doesn't seem to. You can see it slightly judders, but it doesn't seem to push it open or anything.
I'll turn back to everyone and be like, now, would it be rude to not knock, or shall we just make ourselves known? Like, how do we want to do this?
Well, if you're a vampire, you'd have to ask permission to enter.
I thought
I think we could just let ourselves in.
With Harpy Birdman, did I see like any windows or anything up along this way?
Yes, what used to probably be quite holy windows, holy as in
Stained glass.
stained glass.
Yeah. Nothing with a hinge though that I could.
Yeah, no, all barred from the inside, all kind of like, yeah. You probably could smash through them if you needed to,
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But they're quite. It looks like it doesn't even let a bit of sunlight in.
Yeah.
Like whoever's done it has done a good job.
Yeah.
I was definitely hoping for a stealthier entry.
I'm looking
like the present. Yeah, let's go.
looking at everyone like, I'm gonna open the door
Yeah,
if I can. Can the other doors unlocked? Said.
Sorry.
I don't think
Other
we
doors.
opened-
I'm gonna. I know that they were barred down, but can I
right.
open them?
Yeah, as you start to, the ice seems to. You can hear a cracking of ice as the ice seems to have frozen over the door. It would take a loud whack to get them open,
Okay.
causing a lot of ice to shatter.
You can't loosen the hinges, can you, Calder?
Of the doors.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I could. Let's see what I have. I'll pull out my book and I'll start flicking through some of the pages. And give a heavy sigh that it's up to me again to save the day. But what I will do is I will... No, you know what?
He gets to use it.
I'm going to... The doors look a bit too big. It would take multiple points to try that. But Liluna, I can give you a bit more oomph, and I will stop concentrating on the wooden plank that is now miles away.
Yeah.
And I will go up to Liluna and just touch her on the shoulders as you'll feel your muscles start to tighten and increase as you feel you almost sink a millimeter into the snow that's around you, and I will adjust your density to double. So you have advantage on strength checks and saves, and your speed is slowed by 10.
I am big, strong paladin.
Turns slightly green.
Cool. So I'm gonna give it a good old, just like either wet. I would say maybe like a really decent shove.
Sure, roll me a strength check.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be at advantage.
And that will
Hell
be
yeah.
advantage, yeah.
All right.
Ian, where's your owl right now?
Probably would have done that check for me. Checking for the windows is probably at this point coming back to land on my shoulder.
Okay, cool. Good.
Unless I'm directing it, because with the storm, I just don't want to lose.
Yeah, sure. No, I just want to know where.
Want to be flock.
Sure.
That was a 23.
Yeah, sure. As you can hear all the ice start to go and start to shatter and fall around you as the doors, and as the wind starts howling through these chambers of this temple. It's loud. It echoes, but it starts to kind of like, after a few seconds, it starts to quieten down as loud as the blizzard is.
Well, if they didn't know we're here already, I'm sure they know something's happening.
Well, look at that, we knocked.
Huh.
In a sort of way, but I'll do anything to get out of this bloody wind. I will take one step forward inside.
Couldn't agree more.
Sure.
I will stay outside for just a moment and place my hand on the ground
that black shadow forms around the hand and then starts running up my arm and actually pulls the ice up the arm. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Sick.
Sure, nice. As you take a step in.
Better.
Sorry, Kaldor, you took a step in, did you?
Yes, just to get out of this bloody wind.
And Ulrich?
Yeah,
Yeah.
also following behind.
Sure. Give me 2 seconds, please. Okay, so as you take a step in, it's deadly quiet. It's almost like as soon as you take a step in, the sound from outside just almost disappears. Can you roll me a perception based on hearing, please?
Who's that? Anyone?
Whoever took a step in.
Okay.
No. I'll begin in a second, but see invisibility lasts for an hour, just so you're
An
aware.
hour?
Yeah.
Perception.
That's right. My perception's really good though.
That's
That's a 15.
a 6.
A 15 and a 6. Kaldor, as you enter, you're kind of almost dumbfounded by, one, the sound almost disappearing, but two, the history of this place. It looks old, but it looks like it's got a lot of old knowledge. Auric, as you step in, you're a bit more cautious. And from the other end of the room, you can see the statue. And from the statue, you can hear this...
Oddly quiet in here, isn't it?
No. Shh.
As he tells you to be quiet, you can also hear the same sound.
Did you
But,
skip
you
lunch
can
again,
hear-
Eric?
You can start to hear like claws against stone
Oh,
This sounds like something's moving.
slowly.
I'm just gonna sort of hold my hands up and give the staff. It looks like I'm about to tap it against the ground, and then it hits the ground, but almost without sound, and you just see these spores sort of flow off of it, and you see a few moths sort of just that seem to appear from my shoulder and
I'm just going to move you two in. I hope you don't mind.
disperse into it and give it this glow, and I am casting Pass Without Trace on everyone within however many feet that is.
Oh, sorry, I realize remind me about the reveal area, by the way,
That's fine.
because I keep forgetting.
As he's doing that, you said these icicles fell down from the door. I will stop, and I will almost have my hand on Eric's shoulder. But can I just bend down and grab maybe some rubble or some solid ice in my hand, just a handful?
Sure. It's very cold, so it
Yes,
stays
I know,
frozen.
I'm very uncomfortable, but if I have to defend myself, I'm willing to do what's needed.
Sure.
And I'll grab
Oryx,
a couple of stones and stuff.
great. Yeah, cool. Great, fantastic. Yeah. There's heaps of rubble and stuff.
Yes,
old,
brilliant.
Old rocks. Yeah. Oryx, sorry. What did you cast?
Pass Without Trace.
Pass Without Trace. Yeah, great, fantastic. Okay, sure. As you all are standing there, I'm suspecting you've told everyone about the sounds.
Yeah, I was just like, quiet, I hear something.
Oh, actually, hang fire. Eric and Kaldor. Eric, Oryx, sorry, you're going, hey, quiet, I hear something.
I swear to God,
Kaldor.
Kaldor starts calling me Eric.
Kaldor, you can hear this, but Harlow and Luna, you can see him like turning and talking to you, but you hear no sound.
Oh no!
But the blizzard's pretty loud.
Sorry, can I hear Eric though?
You can hear Oryx because you both are inside.
Thank goodness. No, I was wondering if I was losing verbal components for a second.
Oh, that would be rough.
But Harlow and Luna, can you roll me a perception really quickly?
Yes, sir.
20.
20, nice.
18.
18. You start to see the doors shut,
Oh shit.
but it doesn't look like it's wind blowing it shut. It looks like it's actually just being shut by something.
I will step in and kind of get
We can push
Kaldor
through
hit.
our allies' space. can't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, but I kind of like grab Kaldor and kind of not grab, but like put my hand on him and be like, keep moving, keep going.
Sure. As you're going, keep moving. Kaldor, you can't hear her until she just steps through the door, and you hear halfway through the sentence, "Going, keep going."
Shush, be quiet, would you? You don't hear that?
Yeah, what?
As again, as you can see, coming over this little barrier behind the statue is this pale white hand with claws kind of reaching over.
Oh, good lord.
Give me a sec.
As I will do this.
Ooh.
Give me a second. It hasn't quite seen you yet, but you can see that the head kind of starts to come over, and these eyes of pale white just start to like look around the room.
Yeah.
Gross. Seeing that Auric did his make everything quiet and stealthy spell, even though I couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I will dip into this pillar and hide.
Sure. As another one starts to do the same on the other side.
Shit.
Yeah, I reckon I would probably pull down here as well. Not here, the pillar. Yes.
Sure.
What are these in front of us?
So they're very low
Like
stone pews. Yeah, they don't have any backs, but you could probably like get under one.
I'm going to like crouch and put my back up against it, so I'm facing the door.
Yep.
I suppose I'll do the same and sort of drop down.
Sure. May you all roll me a collective stealth.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does protection? No, so does
Pass without trace.
does that give you advantage?
Plus 10.
No, it
Plus
just
10.
plus 10.
Thank
pure
fuck, 'cause
charisma.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
I
That's a
believe
good
my
sound.
stealth's been really good as well.
I roll a natural 20, but I get disadvantage.
Do it again.
It's still
Reese, where's the
26, so 36.
Initiative tracker.
Oh yeah, no, I got it. I found it. Yep. 36.
33.
Nice.
Me and Ulrich just do like a uniformed roll. As annoying as a fancy boy I am, I have learnt some things.
Okay, cool.
Orange,
Indeed.
that's not a crowd there. It's 20.
24.
18.
So collectively, you were all quite well hidden. I will say that for free. As you start to see this creature, they start to walk around the room. One more thing, unless anyone's doing anything specifically.
No, can I just check that these stone plinths, is there a way under them or is it like solid on the ground?
There's a way under them.
I will start to...
What?
Jesus Christ. I will start to slide myself under it, if I can.
Sure. As you under it. Now there's the same sound. You can hear like...
Oh my good lord.
And they seem
Oh,
to
they're
be
just-
like... Not at a fast pace, but you can hear like there's a bit of like twitching to their movements as they're kind of checking behind things and as they start to look around. One's smelling the air.
No, fuck.
Question.
I'm
Since
gonna,
sorry.
Oh, you go.
Since I have a bit of knowledge of this area and what's been going on since of my kind of intel, would I have a understanding of these creatures and their like their weaknesses, or no?
It depends. Let's see. Roll me a.
If you need me to
Would
be
be a
more
history.
specific.
Maybe like maybe an Arcana.
Yeah, I would say
Like,
it's Arcana for what
figure
I'm
out-
looking for.
Figure out what these are.
Yeah, I'm definitely think Arcana is what I'm looking for right now. That is gonna be a natural 19.
as I don't know your character's history, obviously, with like understanding, but you won't know like any weaknesses or anything like that. But you definitely have like came across versions of these before. They're kind of like they're very necromanted creatures. They seem to be risen from the dead, but prior dying. Their flesh is decaying still.
So they're undead. Yes.
They're undead. Yes, they are undead.
Okay. Okay.
I will hold up a hand towards Calder and Ulrich, whichever one's looking at me, and sort of glance over my shoulder to behind me. And look like I'm ready to do something.
I'm just gonna.
As you can continue reacting, I'm just gonna move things slightly.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna mouth. On 3.
I kind of get.
And I suppose we just already something to do on 3. I know exactly what I'm going to do, but
I'm going to see Ulrich counting, and I'm going to stop hiding myself under this bench and start pulling myself out as quickly as I can. And I'm waiting for his signal. I'm going to do something as well.
Same. Oh.
I'm assuming we're all readying something to do in
Yep.
like I guess a surprise. Event.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
I'll sort of rise up over the pew, stamp the staff against the ground, and you can see the sparrow that's on my shoulder sort of does a spiral around me, and you can see it's almost looks like it's like billowing smoke out behind it as just hundreds of thousands of moths start appearing behind it, and it just comes at a swirl around until it's a swarm, and you see a whole bunch of them just start diving into the ground in a 20-foot cube around this corner of the map. So hopefully getting these 4 fellows. I'm casting. Well, actually, I might cast that, which is still a 20-foot square. Spike growth.
Oh, nice, cool.
Actually, no, not spike growth. It's just going to be entangle. Sorry.
Cool.
My bad. Yep, entangle.
Okay.
Strength save for all of them, and
Strength save for all of them?
20-foot cube is difficult terrain.
Sure.
I think you can draw the cube in.
Ah, yeah, I'll do that.
So, one will fail. 11. What's the save?
Sorry, 16.
16. Sure. They will all fail.
Oh,
Yay.
wonderful. They are currently restrained.
Sure. Cool.
As he does that, unless you want to go, Sib,
No, you're all right.
we
Keep going.
will get this free action.
Yeah.
I will get up and kind of like brush off my things, and you'll see Calder's, it kind of loses a little bit of the airy-fairiness, and a serious look has come across his face as he recalls one of the heroes he's read in the books, but also that he's standing side by side with Ulrich, his good companion, and as much as he hates these dreadful moths, he will grab one out of the air, and you see it turn to a marble, and he'll kind of flick it out, and just below his entangle, the marble will hit the ground, and you'll start to see the energy around it. As I cast Magnify Gravity in a 20-foot radius circle.
Okay.
I hate when you use them like that.
So I need them all to make a 10-foot. I'll make that smaller. Can I change the size of it? Maybe not. Circle. 5, 10. So I will make it kind of come across these two.
Mm-hmm.
So I need them to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure. 11. and 3. They are not going well.
So they take 16 points of force damage,
Shit.
and their speed is halved.
What the fuck?
16 points of force damage, and the speed is halved.
Yep.
All right.
Until the starting, you see the object is. Yeah, that's cool. They don't have to do anything on their turn, though.
Okay. And you two.
Yep.
I'll glance
you.
over to Harlow and I go. I nod him to be like,
I've already turned it around. I'm already doing my thing, but you go.
oh no, you definitely go. I'm urging you to take. Yeah, no, I'm urging you to go before me.
As soon as Oryx spun around with his staff, Harlow spins around from his little hidey place. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Waves one hand through the air, and 2 little black spheres of dark energy appear. And with a flourish of the cane, he smacks both of them out of the air towards those 2
Great.
creatures over here. I'm casting Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Very nice. Cool. Roll me to hit.
These, is it considered surprise so I get advantage? Yep. Nice. Let me just check this staff hard and fast. +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Wonderful.
I don't know why it's done that to all their health, but that's really annoying.
Eldritch Blast, +9 to hit. So, first one, 25 to hit. Second one, not as good. 15 to hit.
25 to hit and 15.
Yep.
Both will hit.
Nice. So they are going to take. This doesn't do as much damage as I would like it. Number 1 will take. Where's my D10? This is really sadness. Oh, I've lost a D10. That's okay. 7 points of damage. The next one will take 9 points of damage.
The first one's 7 points of damage.
Yes.
Cool.
Plus damage. 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Seb, just a quick question. It's probably been more than a minute since we opened the door, right?
Close to, yeah.
It depends, because then the Luna will still be slow and heavy.
What did you do?
So her speed is halved, but she's got advantage on strength.
No, you guys had things came up. It's definitely been past a minute.
Alright, you feel back to your normal self, the Luna.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you.
Luna, you're last. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, I will call out to the Luna.
Hi.
Fucking tear them a new one, darling. And you can have a bardic inspiration dice.
Hell yeah! Awesome.
Yeah. Just so everyone's aware, since I am now more levels in bard, my inspirations are unique. So,
Love it.
if a creature with an inspiration die from me casts a spell that restores hit points or deals damage, the creature can roll that die and choose a target affected by the spell. You can add that number to either the healing or damage dealt. So that uses the die. You can add the dice to damage dealt on a spell attack.
Sick.
And if you have a bardic inspiration dice from me, and you add it to a roll and fail the roll, you keep that bardic inspiration.
Oh, yo.
Sick. Coolio. As I.
And what is it added to just normally? Like just normal bardic inspiration? It's
any D20 roll.
Okay.
So if you're making a spell attack with it, you can add it to the damage or the healing if you're doing a healing spell.
Awesome.
That's very cool.
All right. As I hear that, I kind of like let out a big sigh of like, this might not work. As I kind of scurry my way in front of this pew here, and I look over at all 3 of them, and I especially at Oric, and be like, you better shut your eyes now and get cover. And I turn it like, I'm like telling you to turn and not look in my direction.
I know exactly
everyone.
what it means, and I just pull the hat down.
And I kind of hold on to my amulet, and anyone is getting the last glimpse of what I'm doing, they'll see the amulet start to glow, this kind of like solar flare kind of ish type of energy, and I'll turn and face all the I assume vampires, and I'll cast daylight towards them from my amulet. That is a 60-foot radius of a sphere. Light spreads from the point of my dark moon. Essentially, it doesn't do damage or anything from my end, but if they have any like sunlight sensitivity, that type of stuff, it will be doing it. Does anything happen when I emit?
As this light starts to shine bright, they all kind of like cover their eyes, but then they turn and they just all look dead at you, and they seem to be very unfazed by it.
Oh
Cool.
shit.
And I'm saying, and that's okay. That will last an hour. I'm assuming I can take it down at any point.
Yeah, you can drop concentration.
Please do.
It's not concentrate.
As I kind of like I'm holding it, I'm kind of also I can't drop it.
Well, you still can. You can choose to.
Okay.
You can choose to end the spell effect. Yeah.
I'll like hold the thing again and look over, and I'll be like, "Oh, fuck me," and I will then move over here and brace myself for whatever the fuck is about to happen.
Sure.
Shit.
That's a very good call, though. It was a very good call. Alrighty.
Cowboy's eyes are watering as he didn't look away in time.
Apologies.
Can you please all roll me initiative?
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah, we can.
It's already done.
Oh, shit. Not good.
That's not bad.
Fuck it up.
Are you on fire tonight?
Alright, let's start with Harlow. Harlow?
14.
Nice. And Laluna?
7.
7.
Hey, Lucy's back.
Auric?
23.
Hmm?
Woo!
Oh, 22.
And 22. And Carland. Carland.
Calder.
Calden.
15.
15. Alright. Alrighty. Okay, so we're gonna go boom. Alright, cool. So, Auric, you're first.
Alright. I suppose sort of still shielding my eyes. Did you take it down, or you still got it up for the moment?
No, it's down. I saw
Okay.
enough. They pinned their eyes to me, and I was like, I brought it back in, and I went, well.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. And you see a bunch of the moths sort of break from the swarm and start almost just diving into the staff, making it just start shimmering and glowing.
Cool.
I cast Shillelagh. Shillelagh. And then I suppose... oh shit, I'm still on square draw. How do I undo that? Hold on. Here we go. Right. I will just run. Actually, I don't know that I want to run.
Crack open a cold one. What flavor?
Peach and passion.
Fuck it. We're here to fuck around. I will just run straight up, if I can, just sort of like hop over these pews and just come and swing down at him with the staff.
Sure. Roll me to hit.
16 to hit.
16 does hit.
1 to fail. I will roll D8. 2 plus. Hang on. Should have all of this ready. So 8 points of damage, and I will swing at him again. That's a 14 to hit.
Still hits.
Wonderful. That's 3, so 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, sure. Okay. As you give this creature, as it can't... Oh, you should have those all at
Oh, sorry, and
You should have those at advantage as well, dude, because they're restrained.
Oh, okay. I'll see if any of them were natural 20s. I won't take that. There is an extra 5 points of piercing damage in there as the swarm sort of starts diving into it as well.
Cool.
There was a natural 1, and
So that's none.
nothing better.
Yeah, sure. Cool. All right. Yeah, as you give it a good couple of whacks, it definitely starts as it diverts its eye line from La Luna to you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
So next, is that all you? So next up is Auric.
No.
Me?
Oh no, sorry. What the fuck? Kaldrfjell. Shit.
What I'll do is, you're running into lasted combat again. No, what I'll do is I'll look at the two that are kind of being almost leaning into this marble that's slowly starting to lose its effect. It'll end after my turn. But what I'll do is, well, while the pan is hot, I guess, I'll get out my wand and I will kind of start hovering it above me and start reciting off the words of a spell as this top one here. You'll see it start to vibrate and shake as the gravity within it starts to toll as I cast Toll the Dead.
Hey, I love it.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. All right. That's a 17.
Ooh.
Oh, that'll
One
save.
good roll I got from them.
If it saves,
Nothing happens.
nothing
Same
happens.
stuff.
No, it's a cantrip. I'll kind of like shake out the cold of my hand. It doesn't do anything.
As the creature kind of starts to twitch with all this like kind of gravitational effects happening to it, but then it kind of unclicks out of it and it starts to just look around to find the closest prey. Okay, next up is Harlow.
Ooh, I get a turn. As I double back around this pillar, I'll say to Luna, "You've got this, right?" Give her a pat on the back. Jump the first pew, jump the second pew, and hopefully just make it into this. It's 25 feet to there. 25. Am I going to be able to get just into there? It's difficult terrain.
Yeah. It is difficult terrain in that square.
I feel like entering it is it's still the 5 foot. It's just getting out.
I make just a dainty leap for the last 5 feet.
Yeah, sure.
While spinning the cane backwards and striking it along the floor as I do, and the sparks catch in a green flame as I swung it up at this one in front of me. And green flame blade him.
Go. Roll me to hit.
I will. That's what I was hoping for. So 3. What's it called? Natural 20.
Oh.
I got excited about the thing.
A natural 20.
So,
He does.
on a natural 20, when I score a critical hit with a spell attack, the target takes an extra 3d6 radiant damage.
Holy
Shit.
motherfuck.
Okay. Roll me to hit. How much damage are you doing?
How
How many dice are you using, should I ask?
The staff itself is a 1d6 because I'm using it one-handed, and Green Flame Blade does...
We're going with Reese's critical hit rolls.
Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, so 1d6
That'd be
plus
really
1d8 plus 3d6, so 46 plus a d8, 24, 32. 32 base damage plus...
Does a 3d6 multiply, or is that just part of the... You just add that to the end
It's
of...
a dice roll.
Ah, yeah.
I think
It's
You're
part
cool.
of the hit.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. That's your call.
Considering, like, all I'm thinking is, like, I know, like, I think it's the orc savage attacker. You add a dice, but it's not...
That's the barbarian's brutal critical.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I don't know. I'm only referring to it off that. I have no idea. It's Seb's call.
I would say I like it's a crit. It's a dice roll.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It makes sense to double it. But so what? So it's 32 base so far.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Okay. Roll me the dice for the satisfaction of, because you deserve it.
Yes.
I agree. After this one, before he's add it to the end, but I do like the flavor. 3, 6, 7, 12 plus 2. So 14 extra damage on top of that.
Nice.
On top of 32.
Yep.
Sure.
40.
6.
Bye-bye. How do you want to do it? How do you want to fuck this thing up?
I'm just gonna go for an uppercut and then at the last second change my mind and hit it from the side and just take its head clean off.
Yeah.
But as it does, its head flies into the one standing 5 feet next to him, and that same green flame kind of carries with it and explodes.
Yeah, sure.
up its chest.
As the ghast almost like goes to catch the head and eat out of it, but the head almost explodes in green flame.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This green flame blade does extra damage.
I won't say because the crit wasn't done to the other creature. Oh wait,
No,
I don't think I'll just the extra. Anyway.
No, this is you roll for the extra damage.
Yeah,
Strange
sure.
roll. I have so many fucking cantrips. Okay.
So this will still be just the standard roll, as this isn't.
So fire leaps to blah blah blah. So this is now both damages increased by 1d8. So at 5th level means that blah blah blah. Fire increases to 1d8. Plus my spellcast. Okay, so it's just 1d8. Plus my spellcasting modifier is 4, so 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. Jesus. What a turn.
Yeah, it was great. I love it.
What a goddamn turn. Sure. Okay.
Those guys down south are no longer slowed, Sid.
Yeah. Cool. Great. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Now it is the ghast's turn. As instantly, these two are going to beeline straight to Sunlight Girl here, as it will 5, 10, 15, 20, and this one will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Come at me, bitch.
These guys can't move.
So they can use an action against my spell save, so 16 strength check.
Sure. As I imagine, it's them just kind of like clawing at their feet to get out, but they're kind of like ferally looking around. But they're gonna. So those two at the back are going to roll a strength check.
Yep.
One's a natural 20.
Yep, that definitely gets it out.
And that's its turn.
It's its action.
So it can still move, and it's difficult.
But it's difficult terrain, and that's split.
So this one is straight away just gonna go 5, 10, 20, and this one will roll. That's not going to get out, as it kind of like just doesn't quite unrestrain itself. This one, actually, the one right in front of you, Auric, is just going to reach out and just start like clawing at you, trying to pull you in for like a nibble.
I believe that's at disadvantage.
It is at disadvantage, yes.
Awesome.
As it is restrained. Sure. So, it's going to. Yeah, it's going to claw at you first.
Good call.
Which is a natural 1.
Ah.
As it kind of reaches out to you, but falls and trips as it's not quite prone as it's kind of like being held up by its entanglement, but it's definitely like below you. And Lucy, you'll take 2 attacks from these 2 ghasts. As they're both going to just go in and just try to bite you.
Fuck off.
One will miss. And 19?
Yeah, that hits.
So 1 will hit. So you will take 12 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
Um,
I assume there's a follow-up to that.
no, there is not.
Oh, brilliant.
That is all you.
Cool.
So that's the guy's turn. So yeah, it's your turn.
Brilliant. As I kind of like push, like kind of like get this thing off of me, I will bring myself back up and I'll unsheath my my sword with 2 hands, my sword, and I'm gonna smack the one that just hit me. I'll say like, oh, bit me. I'll say it's this one for. As a bonus action, I will cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Sure. Which one? The one right in front of you?
The one I'm swinging at. The one to my right. The one to my right. This one here.
Yep.
Yep. Give me a sec. I need to remember
I'll
the
just put a
stats.
little red mark on it.
Thank you. Hunter's Mark. It's been a while. It's 1d6 plus 1d6.
Mhm.
It is. I'll roll for damage. Give me a secarino. Pretty sure it's a. Oh, it's pretty generous. It's gonna be a 23.
It's a hit.
So as I'm coming down, sorry, I should have specified this. As I'm swinging down, what people would see is this kind of like energy kind of fill up the sword. It's kind of got this kind of pulsating, like dark saber energy, if anyone's familiar with that. But the light of my gemstone is suddenly now encapsulated into this like black fog that's radiating from it. As I will divine smite it as well. So.
Oh fuck me.
Okay, hell yeah. Roll me. Oh, so
Damage.
23 to hit. Damage.
23 to hit. That is going to be 1d10, 1d6, 2d8 plus 3d8 because it's undead, correct?
It is undead, yes.
And because of my weapon, it's also undead, so that's 4d8.
Ooh!
Yahoo! Plus a d10, plus a d6.
Shit me days.
That is 5 dice.
Paladins versus undead. And
Wow.
You just
my
wait,
God.
Sib.
How many hit points? Doesn't matter.
That is 10, 16, 18, 27 damage.
How would you like to kill it?
It's essentially, I'm just gonna like come down through like the crook of his neck and just like lodge it in there and like just it back
Nice.
out to come,
Right.
not even watch it fall and just face the next creature as will take my second attack.
Sure.
And I'll do pretty much the exact same, but I won't. Oh, not regular my bonus action. Oh, do I get to move it, or do I have to use it as a bonus action for my Hunter's Mark to move it? It's a bonus. I'll check that. Sorry, can't remember if I have to recast it or have to.
No, I believe it's a bonus action. Just shift it.
Cool. So my Hunter's Mark just chills there for now. So I'll roll to attack. No channel divinity if it attacks. That is a natural 19, so it's gonna be a 27.
Sure, hits.
D10 plus the 2d8 plus the extra d8 from the. Yep. That's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. Actually, it's okay. 10, 8, 21 damage.
Cool. As this one will cark it as well.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
I will then skirt my way. I'll just step over and just like look down, spit on it as I walk over to.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next, top of the round, Ulrich.
Wonderful. I think looking like we're doing pretty well here. I'm just gonna sort of smile, being back fighting with my crew, and swing down with a quarterstaff again on
On the same one.
guy in front of me.
Sure. At advantage.
Yo, beauty.
He is still stuck.
He is still sucky boy.
So dirty 20.
Yep. Cool. Hits.
I'll do the damage first. I had it's right in front of me. Cool. 7 plus 3 plus 6, so 16 points of damage.
Cool.
As the swarm starts diving into him as well.
As you will whack him out.
Wonderful. And then sort of after swinging down from that, just swing up at the one that's next to.
That's across from him. Yep.
Yeah. This one won't be an advantage. For a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Wonderful. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Sure. It is still up.
And then sort of help me out here, boys. And he sort of brings his arm back and goes for a punch. And as he does, you can see more of the swarm dives into it, and you can see his fist almost looks like it's catching fire as I go in for a swing.
Sure.
One last little hoorah for a 17 to hit.
Will hit.
Damn.
Only a D4.
Look at you guys doing all this damage.
2 plus 3, so 5 points of fire damage.
Fantastic. All right. Oh, that's not that. Cool. All right. Still up. Still breathing. Or next up is Kaldor.
All right. Well, we do look like we're making quick haste with this. I'll get out the wand and kind of do a flourish around my head. And normally, like when you get a cable and you flick it and that little wave goes down the cable, I'm going to do that and flick my wand, and you'll see the energy of the atmosphere kind of sine wave all the way to the furthest guy away from me, and I'm going to cast Chill Touch on him. So I'll roll for an attack.
Love it.
One closest, the one that Ian was just hitting, yeah?
No, right at the top.
Right at the top. Yep, gotcha.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
So that is 2d8. That is 14 points of necrotic damage.
All right. Yep. Is that all?
Oh, well, bonus actions or a thing. No, I think I will just kind of hang out at the back here. Maybe I might move up here a little bit.
Fantastic.
I'll say keep at it. We're almost there.
Harlow, you're up.
Wonderful. As Ulrich is now distracting this one, I'm going to do around this pillar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you want to...
Yeah, I'll say you're still in 5 feet. You're kind of just like back. Yeah, that's all fine.
Yeah, sure. And as I come around to this side, in a gracious little twirl, I slam one end of the staff down on the ground, and there's a bright flash of light. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
My God. That's an 18.
Ooh, it passes. So it kind of hits it, and you see, like, you can almost see, what's your name? Or you kind of see its skeleton through its flesh for a flash. But that doesn't affect it. That was a cantrip. There's nothing.
All right. As you've kind of like dove round the round the pole, it kind of looks at you, and then it turns around to try find you again, but it catches eye with Ulrich. So Ulrich, it's going to claw at you.
I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
I've given up on that one. I'm gonna use the last of my movement to swing the staff back around, and
it's all difficult. Sorry.
That's all my movement. Yeah.
Take an attack of opportunity.
He can if he wants. Yeah.
Okay. He shall. He will claw at you.
Nice.
Does a 14 hit?
Ooh, it does.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't even 14. Sorry, it's +5, so it's 16.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take 11 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, and he takes 10 points of cold damage.
Nice.
As the creature will die.
Nice.
But as like it claws at you, and ice starts to kind of like, as I imagine?
Yep.
Yeah, it just starts to kind of encompass its body as it kind of freezes up and then falls.
Nice.
But you start to feel like a pulsating in this claw mark. Can you please roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Ooh,
Oh.
oh, that's really high.
Oh.
That's a 19.
It's 19. You start to kind of like feel like your neck seize up, but you shake it off and you're fine.
Wonderful.
So that one's dead. So there's only one left, and it's right in front of you. It's going to, at a disadvantage, claw at you twice. Harlow.
Cool.
So
Let's check how this spell works.
that's exactly a 14. 9 plus 5. Is this going to take damage as well?
No, that is now long gone.
Okay. So
encouragement for the creature. D20 using. Okay. Yep, that's cool.
just rolled max damage against you.
Hey.
So you'll take 15 points of slashing damage as well.
That
And
hurts.
also another Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep.
That's even better. That's a 20.
A 20. Again, a big claw comes across your chest as it's quite deep. But again, your body starts to seize, but you shake it off. But it was a big hit. Luna.
Did he have a second attack?
Well, Looney.
No, it's just the one.
One attack.
One
Oh,
swing.
okay, cool.
They all get one swing each.
Hello, I'm here. I get half speed during this little area.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me.
I was trying to help.
I know you did a great job. Thank you. I reckon I'm just gonna walk on over behind you, Harlow, and you're gonna feel this hand on your back, and you'll be like, "You gave me some." Oh, fuck with my accent. What am I? I'm Russian. You gave me some. You gave me. I'm like, wow. I was like, you gave me a little helping hand. Yet to use it, but here's my return, and I will give you some good old healing, my dude.
Ooh,
Good old-fashioned healing.
Good old-fashioned healing. Now that's gonna be, I do believe, I'm trying to find the correct terminology. I'm gonna use a lay on hands,
Oh, you gotta touch hands.
and I'm gonna give you a good old. I'm gonna give you that 15 back.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Nice.
That scar.
As I have a pool of 45.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff to give. And that will be my turn.
Okay, beautiful. Top of the round, Auric. Whoa there, Bessie.
Hold on a minute.
I'll swap into that accent.
Seeing everyone sort of struggle over in the corner there, I'm not even going to try and cross. I just sort of hold my arm out, and you can see the swarm starts darting off and surrounding this one at the end. I have to make an attack roll. I'm casting Thorn Whip, which is a 26 to hit.
Yes.
So that'll be 4, 5. Oh, sorry, more d6. 9 points of piercing damage. And
great. Okay.
he just gets dragged along the ground, like just sort of dragged along 10 feet towards me.
Sure. What is going
Your
on?
ruling as to whether that rips him out of the restraints or not.
It's not thorny, is it?
This
is not the spiked entanglement. This is just entanglement.
This is just entanglement.
This is just
yeah.
fine.
So, like,
I would say it probably would rip him out. Yeah, if it was the spiked, I would probably say yeah, it probably would damage him a bit. But yes, yeah, sure. What next? Is that all? Oh,
yeah,
not dead.
No, that'll be all. Just trying to get a little closer.
Calder.
Is he dead? Is he not? Is he? Oh god, he's still moving. Okay.
Technically, he is dead.
I'm going to move up around here, and Now I'm going to save that. No, I will once again reach out my wand and focus in on his being as he has taken damage, and his center of mass will start shaking like the bell of the dead. Toll the Dead is a wisdom save, I believe.
Wisdom save. That's a... is there any minuses to this? No, 15.
That fails.
Hell yeah.
That is 12 and 11. So what's that? 21?
21 damage?
No, 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. How would you like to kill it?
It will basically vibrate from the inside out, and just everything will just almost... you know when you clean things in those vibrating pools of water, and the outside of it just deteriorates off until it's nothing.
Oh, that's disgusting. I
All
love
the
it.
decaying flesh comes off the bones.
Yes,
kind of like...
and then the calcium comes off the bones, and the bones become nothing, and such is the way of the world.
Oh my fucking god.
That's horrific. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Out of combat.
Hey.
Well, what in the world were those things?
I totally didn't realize I could reroll one because I've got great weapon fighting. I didn't realize I could reroll
Reroll
ones
ones
and
on
twos.
damage, yeah.
Roll damage ones, yeah.
Right, I'm sure that wasn't the only combat.
Holy, Sebastian.
It's certainly not. But
Oh, I have a fucking yeah. Okay. I
Is
don't remember
everyone
the-
okay? That was quite ghastly.
as you'll hear from
See
the
what you
corner of the
said.
room, a door opening, and you see peering outside of this door. You'll see who I'm pointing at very shortly. The one below it.
This one here.
What's that? No, sorry. Give me. Yeah, that one there. Whoever pinged that last one. Is a man kind of pops out. A very old, frail, kind of very hunched over white. Oh, thank you.
Hello?
His voices, as he kind of like starts stumbling over, almost like scared, slightly crying.
No, just stop there.
Running up to, yeah, sure.
I'll try and say, excuse me. So stop. The terrain is dangerous. Please don't fall and hurt yourself. Who are you?
Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. Pete, I am known here as Elder Maxim.
Elder Maxim.
I knew it!
Oh, I thought you had disappeared years ago. You know, you're quite the tale down in town.
Well, yes. The gods have blessed me here. They have allowed me to protect these temples for many, many years, but alas, I could not hold back these evil deities.
Yes, I don't really consider this being blessed. It's quite horrid round here. How do you put up with the smell? Or is that you?
As he kind of like doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, why don't you come here? I'll try and just use little bits of mold earth to kind of clear some of the bodies out of his way, just to create a little path.
Sure. Yeah, sure. As he'll kind of like, for what reason, sir?
Oh, I don't want to shout. You see, it hurts the vocal cords.
Yes. As he kind of like wanders slightly closer to Lilana.
I will kind of give Uruk a bit of a side look, just to keep an eye.
And
maybe.
be like, you need something, or because
No.
I kind of don't like how he's come up towards me, and I'll just like. Put
He's
my
kind of
back-
almost like reaching out his hand to ask for like help being held up.
I won't
You
give it.
still have, you
Yeah,
still
sure.
have daylight going, do you not?
No, I don't.
No, she can't. She dropped that.
Oh,
There is some...
Cast Thunderclap.
Come again?
Sorry.
As he says, so what brings you to my sanctum?
Well, you go.
We've heard of things, and quite in fact of disruptions and.
Oh, these vile creatures entering my domain. Yes. They were quite. I very much appreciate you helping clear them out.
I'm going to take it a step back, and can I just? I mean, it might be a far fetch, but can I see if he is being honest to what he's saying?
Yeah, roll me an insight.
As well as that happening, since he's quite close to me, can I take any looks of any clear bite marks or like things that these like beings would probably be getting at him?
Roll me an investigation.
15.
15. He's not being honest. But there is something off. Like he is thankful that you cleared these things out, but at the same time,
Something's up.
he's obviously like almost trying to be comfortable with you. You know what I mean?
Does he seem like he's consciously ignoring all these bodies on the ground?
No, not consciously ignoring them. Like he can look at them, fine. There's no kind of recoil from seeing them. But like he
Okay.
is thankful that they're gone.
I'll
Away.
keep a look on his face.
Yeah.
I got a 15 as well for like my
A 15.
investigation.
You don't notice any bite marks in particular on any places you can see, but you can see that he's holding the back of his hand, and you can see slightly kind of like erupting out of where he's blocking is a burn mark that's very, very recent, like happened probably around the time you cast sunlight.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Detect Evil or Good.
Sure.
And good. So for the duration, you know if there is any aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, fae, or undead within 30 feet of me, as well as where the creature is located. Similarity, you know if there is a place, object within 30 feet of you that has been magically.
Yeah, cool. I am currently playing a paladin.
Yes, yes.
I have done this many times. Yeah, no, great. Okay. Yeah, sure. As soon as you cast it, evil. This man does not look. His aura is not sincere. As he says, "Well, can I get you anything? Is there something you're seeking in these tombs? Perhaps the artifacts of the ancient heroes that once fought for this place."
Oh, you know about those?
Yes, I was here.
My intention is I have travelled with Luna a fair bit, and if I see her eyeing him up and down, I want to try and get his attention away, just so she's got a chance to look over things. I'll go, oh, the artifacts. Oh, I'll pull out my notebook and start flicking through the pages, as if I'm very interested.
That's when I'll probably would have been like to cast that. If he was to be distracted away from me, I would hold my locket and like focus him.
Sure.
And I get that response, and I kind of glance over to Kaldrfjell and just like shake my head, like.
As he's intently discussing that I've once glimpsed at these artifacts below this sanctum. Quite magnificent, but I was too old and frail to carry them myself.
Of course. Well, we could probably aid you. You must know that there must be plenty of these ghastly creatures around, is there not?
For me to go into, well, look, I would go with you, but many dark creatures have been crawling out of the abyss from below, from down below.
Yes, that sentence gives me PTSD.
I would be of no use to you fine, strong adventurers down there. As he kind of like stumbles off the idea.
No. I think your guidance would be paramount to our investigation. I've found at many dig sites any locals or anything. We'll be sure to protect you. I can guarantee you that.
I actually think that's rather a good idea, Calder.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage as Harlow. Sorry, Harlow, keep going.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, my good old
I mean, well, we haven't been here before.
charisma.
If you've been here for
Why are
several...
you not? Why are you
This
letting
is
the?
classic.
I'm the charisma-based one.
18 straight.
18 straight.
Nice.
As he'll look at you, Auric and Harlow, and say, well, if I could be of any use to you, I will. I can show you around as long as I can keep behind, if you know what I mean.
No, I see. It's a bit of a family thing. I always am the last to enter a room, but no, please do lead the way. We don't know our way around here.
Oh, besides, we haven't been here before, and you've been here for what, several hundred years? You'll clearly know your way around the place enough to open all the doors for us. I would like to use my, in saying that, use my unsettling words feature.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, yeah.
What's that?
I'm gonna burn a Bardic Inspiration to take it away from the next saving throw that he makes.
Cool.
And that's a 5.
So he's got a 5 off his
suggest-
next saving throw? Sure.
That you lead us to the location of the ancient artifacts of the old in front. And I cast Suggestion.
Okay. What does he need to roll?
That is a Suggestion. It's this one. That is a Wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Alrighty.
Hold
Give
on.
me a quick.
Magically. Reaction which you take, creature you can see within 60 succeeds on attack roll and ability check or something. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just grab one thing up. Sorry, guys.
All good.
I will be moving a little bit closer to Ulrich's pillar
Sure.
as we talk.
It's a dirty 20.
I will use my reaction to silvery barbs.
Sure. Okay. So that minus is 5, so 15.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So you rolled.
Oh, I rolled a 17 plus 3, and he
Yeah.
has to minus 5 off that.
He does, yeah.
So 15. Sorry.
So he fails.
So he fails. Sorry. Yeah. I thought. Sorry. Yep. Cool. And does that stay? That minus 5?
No, that was just
Just for the next one.
saving throw he makes before my turn,
Nice,
but I
smart.
used the features together to.
love it.
You've met Harlow. You remember fighting the sea hag, right?
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. As he'll go. Well, if that's what you need, then yes, of course, I can show you round the dwellings below.
Wonderful. Lead the way.
Sure. As
Sure.
he'll kind of like nervously, but like with the suggestion, I think he finds a bit more confidence in it. So finds his way to the edge and kind of like points down the stairs. As we will make our way to. If you would like to scroll down.
Ooh.
Scroll down. There's more map. Beyond the map.
I see.
Yes, and if you don't mind moving your pieces individually.
I've
yeah,
lost it.
yeah.
It's gone.
Gotcha.
Help me. I can't find it again.
Oh, there.
Ah.
Oh, yes.
And he will lead you down at the stairways.
Yeah, really.
Seb,
Yes.
because I do have detection of the spell casted, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Detect
So-
good and evil.
Yeah, so if I'm feeling anything right now, let me know.
What's the range?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. It's just Eldar Maxim
mate.
that's pinging off, and maybe some other players if anyone's good or evil.
Myself. I'm sorry.
You're pinging yourself.
Ah!
As Eldar Maxim
Do that here.
looks around and says, "Well, if you would like to follow me, I can show you to the old crypts."
Yes. There are no locks or anything we need to be careful of, is there?
As I am your guide, you are safe with me.
I do hope so. Please, be my guest. Why don't we go straight?
Certainly. As he pops over to these doors again, I will just get these little areas. You can see as well these steps reveal as you start to follow behind him. And as he opens the door to this chamber here.
Oh.
Yes.
Can I, I'll go kind of up to the door, or maybe just behind it. Can I just, at a glimpse, can I get any recollection of what this might be, a bedroom, or like what it might be used for?
Sure. This looks like it used to be an old study.
Oh, that's piqued my interest.
So as you look and you see so you see these two stone tables with like seats that like kind of like crowd the room. The walls are lined with old bookshelves with dusty tomes covered in cobwebs.
Fascinating. What was this place used for, Maxim?
This was an old, an ancient temple once used to, once trained monks, and then eventually became its own tool for sanctuary.
Of course. Fascinating stuff. Can I just watch his character and see if he goes to reach for anything? Any levers or any buttons or...
He seems to be still kind of covering his hand.
Sure, but just for future reference.
Yeah. You're watching closely to his.
Just if he gets too close to a wall or a candlestick or anything like that.
Sure.
When I was outside, I was staring at that statue, and I had that name on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard Elder Maxim and that name, did that sort of
Kind of respark?
Yeah.
Roll me one more history.
Sure thing.
It was a female statue, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Was it? Yeah. Oh, that's a 19 though.
19. Sure. So this statue, he mentions a monk, and you're like, yeah, that fucking thing, and the name Magda pops into your head, which was a very old monk that trained monks, but once was Magda, became Magda the Abolisher. As this monk kind of followed a very dark route.
Yeah.
Started following a particular god that was not kind, should I say?
That is spicy.
Well, it doesn't seem like too much is in there, Maxim. Where are these weapons? You said you knew where they were.
Oh yes, they're kept in the crypt.
Sounds dreadful.
If you would like to follow me, as he kind of again continues to lead you through.
What's up these steps here?
Those are the steps to the outside cellar doors.
I will take a mental note of that.
Sure.
Follow it. Absolutely following it.
I'm gonna follow last, I reckon.
So coming into this room, does it look a little disheveled, like it does on the map?
Yes.
Things pushed around, that sort of thing. I would like to take a. I'm specifically looking for.
Maxim will continue walking, by the way. Sorry. Yes.
As I'm walking through, I'm going to look for a continuation of that trail of blood I saw when I came in here.
Sure. The trail of blood, you can see a lot of it in this area, but it seems to kind of stop, except for where Elder Maxim is leading you. There seems to be, like, again, still little droplets.
Sort of in here-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I will have completely forgotten my plan, and I'm actually semi-interested in these artifacts, and I'll go follow first.
You'll follow first?
Yes.
Sure.
I'll stick with Calder, but I might just to Ulrich and kind of give around that to the far end of the room there.
Sure.
I'm following last.
Actually, this is actually very fascinating, Maxim. I might get quite close behind him and actually rest one of my hands on his shoulder as we go around the next corner.
As you put his hand on his shoulder, he kind of like flinches a little bit.
Yes, I give it a comforting, kind of...
Yeah. He relaxes into it. Yeah.
As he sort of does that and they sort of head round the corner, I tap the staff again, the spores come off, and I'm going to pass without a trace again, and just... I sort of slip this way, and the owl hops off my shoulder and lands on the Lunas.
Mm-hmm.
I look over and be like, you better not get yourself into any trouble, okay?
I just give a nod, and I'm just gonna come around over here and just peek around this corner, this doorway.
Sure. Yep. As you
away, yeah.
You peek around the doorway, it reveals. That's not the right one. It reveals this room here.
Yeah, I found a pretty cool staff that literally gives pass without trace it as a cantrip.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
You see this room here. It seems to be quite, as you can see, fucked.
Clearly.
You can see that this used to be what used to be like a storage room. You can see little rats kind of like running around the floor, eating whatever like ancient crumbs are there. And there is like a little bit of fresh food, but not much. And like probably like a tiny bag full. Also, it seems that something's tunneled.
Right. I'm gonna sort of slip into the room and sort of reach down at one of the rats and gonna cast Speak with Animals and just start sort of squeaking at it.
Cool.
Yeah,
sure.
And I'm gonna try and communicate. Has there been fighting through here? Has there been a struggle? Essentially, I'm asking: has there been a struggle?
Sure.
Recently, like trying to indicate like last 24 hours or last 12 hours, sort of thing.
Sure. Cool. Okay. Because it's only the rats can only kind of reply with like very small...
So it's. Their knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at a minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. Yeah.
As the rat will squeak back to you, and in the language it will reply with, "Food, fools, death, food."
Food, fools, death.
Food, fools, death. Whether that be food for the rats, or whatever may linger in these chambers.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I don't like being split up from my friends, so I am probably gonna
as
go back around the corner and see how far they've all gotten.
As you're touching the shoulder of Elder Maxim, he opens the door to his right, which opens up to what seems to be a lavatory. As he says, if you don't mind, I would like to use the lavatory.
No,
if that's fine by you.
Of course, when the time comes. No need to talk about it with us, though. Have some dignity, man.
Thank you. I just hope you're not in a rush. We've got plenty of time to find these artifacts.
And of course we do. Just make sure to, what do they say, take a load off, and he will start to feel himself getting heavier as I am going to adjust his density.
Nice.
And double it. So his speed is halved.
Shit. Okay. For an old man, that's very slow. As he kind of like, oh, these frail. As he starts to walk down, you can hear him talking to himself. These frail bones, they do me nasty every year. As he kind of drifts around the corner, and you lose sight of him.
I would definitely, as he's sort of going, and I'm sort of like coming back, and I check through the owl's eyes. I'll just sort of send the owl after him.
I'll wait by the door. I have some respect.
You're going to see an old man pooping.
Yeah. As the old man, as the owl comes around the corner, roll me a perception.
Oh fuck!
Sure thing.
I should have killed him.
Now.
12 plus.
Oh
no. 8, so 20.
20. Sure. As you see the old man there, he seems to be looking at one of the lavatories. But as the owl comes around the corner, you see his like hands kind of like under his cloak. And as the owl comes around the corner, he kind of like flinches it out and goes, excuse me, some privacy would be very, very, very kind.
It just sort of gives a little and like perches somewhere and like turns around.
Sure. Okay. As he looks up,
listening, like I like if I don't hear Pippin, I'm gonna be real mad.
Yeah, sure. As it turns around, he's gonna walk into the lavatory. he's going to walk into the lavatory again, losing sight of him. He will continue to talk for a moment. As I say, oh, thank you. It's very much appreciated. As your owl again, can you please roll me a perception based on hearing? Yep. Are owls good at hearing?
I know they get the advantage on sight, but I don't think it's. Hang on, let me just.
They get advantage on sight, so standard hearing. That's fine. Yeah.
I don't know if it's. Yeah, I don't know if it's. Let's just say they don't.
You might hear this old man poo.
15.
15? Sure. You will hear this. You will hear.
Oh dear. Oh, for fuck's sake.
If he has a pocket full of rocks, this is amazing planning on his behalf.
Pocket full of rocks. Sorry?
Keen hearing and sight.
Keen hearing and sight, yeah, sure. You'll hear like a sound. Like a pop.
Yeah, if it's that, I know teleportation type stuff, and I will turn around and see if he's still there. Like give give a little peek around.
No one's there.
Fuck!
Cunt!
Shit, he's gone, and
I'll go straight to the corner then, and try and just burst open the door of the stall.
Sure. No one's there.
Oh shit.
Oh, is he invisible?
I don't know.
As I said, no one's there.
Okay.
Harlow, can you come have a look, please?
Where are we? Where are you?
I'm now in a stall.
You're in a stall? I look around the room.
Harlow.
Yeah.
You see on top of this lavatory, kind of like knees up like this, shaking, with a vial in his hand, with it open, and he's just sitting there, just staring at everyone, looking in this bathroom. Everyone's kind of almost looking directly at him, but he knows that no one can see him, but he's still just like being deadly quiet.
I put my hand on Harlow and I don't know, and I like give a look, being like the intention of, do you see anything? But I kind of just like, I won't say that.
I thought we had an arrangement. It was meant to lead us, guide us specifically. My word's incorrect, Calder. I gave him an instruction, right? It was very clear. Guide us to the location of the ancient artifacts from the heroes of old.
Yes. Wow.
That's frustrating. Well, I suppose we should just clear the room. Why don't you chuck a little firebolt in sort of that general direction?
Oh, I haven't learned that.
At that instant.
I know no fire spells. Oh, except control flames.
Of course, to keep you warm, right?
Why else would I dabble in the barbaric nature of flames?
I am going to go and pick up our friend.
Pick him up.
You're just gonna go over and just like grab him?
Yep.
Sure. As he's like, as you get really close and he's like kind of moving so you don't touch him, thinking that you still can't see him, you just instantly reach down and grab him, and he goes, as you can all hear him clear as day now.
Oh, you are still here.
That's quite a clever trick you have there. I mean, that would keep you safe in some old crypts that could be full of vampires, of course. But I believe you still have to lead us on our way.
Yeah, sure. I will. He's still invisible.
Yep.
Only you can see him.
Indeed.
And I'm not sure if there's a way I can do that.
Hold up, I also have detect good and evil on.
This is true. You do. You do. Almost do.
No, you would have also been pinging. We're all pinging.
You would have been
Oh
pinging.
yeah, I would have known that.
Sure. Okay. That was just his last thing. Sorry to waste some time. I needed to use the lavatory, and the hour made me anxious. Nervous bowels, you see.
No, that's perfectly understandable. But if you're all done, we should be getting a move on.
Yes. Certainly.
I will
As he
back
seems
out.
more nervous than before. Okay, as he will kind of continue leading you through.
Wow.
As he'll lead you to this next section here.
Sean.
How do I do this?
Gosh.
Hey, look, there's no need to be afraid with us. You know, we're working together. We're here to keep you safe. You know, you remember. I sort of want to twist some words in that, and wiggle my finger to my left and cast Charm Person.
Nice.
Sure. He needs to roll a
Wisdom saving throw.
wisdom saving throw. That is a 6.
That is a failure.
So he is now your friend.
He is now charmed by me.
Sure.
He regards me as a friendly acquaintance, and I believe he's still following my instructions from earlier.
Yes, he is. I believe. Yes. Because you asked him to be your guide.
Yes.
I asked him specifically to guide us to the artifacts
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sure.
of the 4 heroes from old.
Sure. As with the suggestion and now the charm on top, he looks to you and he goes, "Well, I'm glad someone is my friend here. Seems my old mind has taken us down the wrong track. Please," as he leads you back.
Ha 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 ha!
What was down there?
Through. Now, this is a question in itself, is which direction. Let's actually roll for it. Let's see which way. Actually, someone else roll for me. Can someone roll me a 1d4?
Yep. You've got a 4.
A 4, sure. He'll take you this way.
No.
As again, he will open this door.
Sorry, where did he go? Oh, over there. Yeah, cool. That's so messed up. Really?
This motherfucker.
As he'll lead you through into here, and he'll say, "Now, we don't normally show this route to guests, but Harrow, as you have been mighty kind, please, this bookshelf," as he kind of references the space here, and asks you to open it. It's very easy, hence why I've revealed most of that area.
Harlow, hold on a second. I will mage hand it open.
Sure, as you shuffle it across. And it reveals a door. As he will approach it, pull out some keys, and jingle them while he twitches, and he unlocks the door as it opens up. And he
Do
reveals...
the others just see a floating pair of keys?
The others just see a floating pair of keys.
Well,
Yeah.
That's right, he's still invisible, I forgot. As it leads into what seems to be like a widening cavern.
How dark is it down here?
In these chambers, very, very dimly lit. But as it goes into this cavern, it's barely 5 foot in front.
I cast light.
Sure.
Thank you.
I can see in darkness.
Where do you cast light?
It'll come from my amulet.
Sure. And it's just the lights.
Sorry.
It's a how big?
It's like 30 feet or something.
It's torchlight, 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
Torchlight. Okay, cool, sure. Okay, but is it considered torchlight?
No.
Is it
it's only
considered
as light as torchlight. It's not daylight.
It's not daylight. Okay, cool, sure. Okay, good to know. As he'll kind of step to the side and gesture into the chamber. As I said, I'm here to guide you. Nothing will come of harm while I am.
As not seeing him, I'll go, well, alright, I'll follow the keys then.
Yeah. He's not entering the chamber first, though. The keys. Almost the keys are like.
I'll wait.
I'll stick with you. I'll turn to you.
Everyone's waiting for him to go in first.
I will be right behind you, friend. After all, I'm the only one who can see you. You have to lead the way.
Very fair, very fair. As he continues to wander on through.
Just so for your knowledge, Seb, mechanically the cantrip light is bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Sure. Okay. This chamber you can
21.
see pretty much everything through this chamber. As he enters, the first thing you will all very clearly see as you enter this chamber.
Number 21.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
How funny. Let me not let you. You will see here. There's
Hold up. No, sorry. I spoke out loud just then. Sorry, my thought.
You see in this chamber is a pool of black still water that dominates that section of the room.
Does it look like it's got any sort of tide to it? Is it lapping at the earth, or is it just still?
It is dead still.
Is there any good or evil coming from it?
Nothing coming from it.
Thank God.
Also, I'm gonna say your 10 minutes is probably almost up.
Let me know when that 10 minutes is up.
I'll say after this chamber.
Yeah, cool.
Don't get too close there, Harlow.
Liluna runs in for a dip. I'm kidding.
Aye.
Oh, Christ.
I'm kidding. Woo!
Well, unless we're going for a swim,
Cheeky Manu.
Well, we're next, dear friend.
Yes, certainly. As he kind of as he walks past the water and he starts to walk away, you can see him kind of just stare into the water. But then look away and continue to walk off.
Oh, he's moving away to another area. There's a location around here.
Yes, he will be.
Obviously, I can see the keys, but
I'm just gonna sort of reach down and pick up a stone and hold it out, and a moth sort of dissipates into it and it starts glowing. I'm gonna also cast light, and I'm gonna just toss that in the river, in the water.
The water.
as you toss it see into how the water, deep it goes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it relatively in the center.
As it goes into the water, and it starts to sink. The water's actually quite clear. It's just dark because of how dark it is here. But as it starts to sink down, it reaches, and you can see the shape of a skeleton, just one skeleton, but with a what seems to be kind of its head doesn't seem to be in a skeleton shape. Seems to be kind of wider than it should be.
Now, hold on a second. Would I have seen that as well?
Yeah, if anyone's looking at the water, they can see it. Yes.
I will. Do we want to see what that is?
What?
I'll also be I'll turn to Kaldrfjell and be I haven't got anything coming energy from it from my detection, so
it seems safe.
Well, I don't think a lot of things down here seem safe, but
no, of course not. But one must go boldly where no alpha's gone before. If you want to watch around, in case anything changes, I'm going to put my wand away and make two fists again. I'm going to try and mold the earth under the skeleton. I'm going to take my time and try and push it up so it rises above the water. It's going to take a while. I can only do 5 foot, 6 seconds.
At 5 foot every 6 seconds?
Yeah, I'm going to mold it up a little bit and then make sure it's not going to topple off it. I'm making it a pillar in the water.
Sure. As the water is only 5 foot deep, so it kind of erupts out. And this short body skeleton seems like childish size, but the bones seem very dense. comes out of the water just about. I'm just gonna use. Let's just use this. Just about here.
Okay.
Is that a friend of yours, Maxim?
No.
I mean, that was a
Insight.
joke.
I'm sorry.
We can't see him.
Insight check. Oh, we can't. Can we hear him though?
Can't see him. You can hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like insight check if he's telling the truth.
Let's say just from the tone of his voice, if you want to roll an insight check, it's a disadvantage, and except for Harlow.
I'm not focused. I'm focused on this what this could be or who this could be.
Sure. It seems to have a helmet on its head.
Sorry, give me a sec.
Adorable. I will also.
Is that helmet the only thing remaining on it?
18 for me.
18 for you for insight.
Yeah.
That is gonna be a 14 for me.
Lucy, sorry, LaLuna, you'll have your suspicions, but aren't quite sure. But Harlow, you will certainly like tone and body and kind of shock of it being out of the water now. You can see him. Is certainly like, you know.
He knows.
Just keep in mind, he doesn't know that you know he's evil. So.
Oh, I don't know he's evil. No one said that to me.
No, well, yeah, exactly.
I
probably.
This guy's meant to be
I probably
dead
would have. You know, actually, I've technically only nodded at Kaldrfjell, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's not. He doesn't like. If you can see it, he doesn't like the fact that this has been revealed.
As in, he's uncomfortable, or it's more like a, damn, they're finding out my shit.
Damn, they're finding out my shit.
I see.
If you don't mind, everyone, I would like to take a closer look at what's that on his head.
Certainly.
Oh, I wasn't asking you.
Right?
I will mage hand the helmet and see if I can.
Yeah. Also, with your question before about is there anything else on him? Yeah, it seems to have some robes on him.
Okay.
Looks very similar to the same robes that Maxim is wearing.
Okay. No, I think I'll just go for the helmet at the moment. I'm going to be very careful. It's probably the most careful you've seen Kaldrfjell with anything. Because I'm aware that this could be... even removing the helmet, I don't want to have the skull bang back onto the rock. Like, I try and ease it out, and you know, these are remains.
Roll me a sleight of hand to see how careful you are.
Sure.
Even though... Yeah.
Eesh. That's an 11.
11.
Yikes.
It slips out, but it's just like that little extra bit. It pushes the skull up, and you can hear a crack.
Oh, I flinch at it, but I do
seem to smash the skull, but it does seem to obviously do some damage.
I will not be happy with myself, but I will try and get the helmet over to me.
Sure. As the helmet kind of glides over to you, looks like a very kind of standard, like kind of almost like hoplite.
Yep.
Helmet. But it seems to have like this magic that's kind of like inscripted round the cheeks of it.
Do I recognize what this magic?
Roll me an Arcana.
Oh, here we go.
As I'm not going to make anyone fucking,
Okay, so that is a total of 26.
26. This is a helmet of water breathing.
I see. Well, it didn't... Oh, that's ironic. I'll turn it round and kind of read the inscriptions, and you see him kind of like stop halfway through and look out at the skeleton. Odd. Oh, Rick, this helmet allows you to breathe underwater. Funny that our new friend is found at the bottom of a lake. Quite poetic, almost.
Yes, quite funny. Now, if we may...
Well, tell us a story. I like a laugh.
story?
Well, you seem to know him, and well,
I don't know who that is. Many adventurers come down here to look for the
Eli.
artifacts, and not many find their way out. It's a sad truth, but as I can't guide everyone, as I said, I'm not much of a fighter myself.
No, clearly
So
not.
you've been guiding people down these paths for a while now.
I wouldn't say guiding, more suggesting that if they want to look for certain artifacts like yourself, then this is a good place to start.
and how many of them do make it out?
Some.
Is that right?
Yes.
Are you being truthful with me, my friend? Sorry, that wasn't meant to be in character. Is he being truthful? How much is he
Roll me an insight.
lying through his teeth right now? A shell. Not good. 9.
He seems to be confident with his words.
I'm gonna try something.
Sure, hit me.
Hold up.
Or don't,
I can't see him!
No, you can't.
No!
Nope.
Jokes, I do nothing.
All right. Well, I might hold on to this for future studies if you don't mind, Maxim.
That's certainly fine. Yes.
I will wrap it in a cloth and put it in my satchel.
Sure.
If I look down the corridor to my right, I've kind of posted up against the wall between Maxim and the corridor. If I look down at what do I see?
You will see, as your sight kind of ranges through here, you'll see in the corner, just about here, there seems to be. It's quite dark. Do you have dark vision?
I have devil's sight. Yeah.
Great. Cool. You'll see you'll see a drop off.
Fun.
But that this is about all you can see from your angle right now. This is probably about all you can see. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a bit wider. Maybe probably about to like. Oh no, sure, that's the other one.
Well, why don't you keep leading the way? And we'll get Luna through to light things up if need be.
Sure. As he will pop in
Yeah,
once
I'll
again.
follow behind him, even though I can't. I'm gonna follow behind you, Harlow, because you know where his position is.
Yes.
And I
yeah,
look
yeah.
to Kaldor and be like, "Stay close to me."
As these areas will reveal. Now there's a little chamber here. By the looks of it, there seems to be some glow coming from inside it. There's a chamber here. Nothing much. In this chamber specifically, this just seems. You see in the center of the chamber, again, is a body. But this body is wearing a very kind of like generic leather armor. But on closer inspection, the body is pale, decayed, kind of like almost like a juice box being squished.
Oh, good grief.
With just blood covering the side of the body.
Any indication of it being like attacked or like obviously bite marks or anything that looks like it's devoured by anything?
You can see
Is it fresh?
the blood is fresh. Lucy, roll me a medicine.
Ooh, yeah, that's a cool one. Am I good at that shit? Probably not. Oh, I'm okay. Ooh, that is gonna be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you kind of get closer to the body, start inspecting, you notice that there's several different bite marks, like holes, in the body. But by kind of like piecing it together, you can tell that the bite marks, from the placement of the jaw and the teeth, there was only probably about 3 creatures that were gnawing down on this body.
As I kind of look at it, I look up to Harlow and I like I don't essentially look at him, but I look up into the space. And essentially will be like, you need to tell us right now what is down in these depths. And that's a demand.
Roll me an intimidation.
Ooh.
Good at that. That is a natural 20.
That's 20.
25.
Look, I know as much as you do. As I said, there's creatures that come from the depths and do terrible things. The adventurers that come down here and look for look for these artifacts.
I'll walk up behind him, put my hands on his shoulders, and say, "How many things come from the depths, friend?" And there's a crack. My jaw pops to one side. It all depends on how long they stayed there. Crack. And I'm taking my form of dread.
Yes!
You should answer our questions.
Okay. I'm gonna let that just kind of lead on with the intimidation from prior. I think it's just only adding on. I don't think you can get any worse than that. As now this is where it gets interesting. As he will start to talk, and he'll say, "Look, none of this was my doing or idea. I was only merely trying to survive." And as he's talking, suddenly something switches, and his eyes roll into white, and he just stops.
We can't see this, only Harlow, right?
Only Harlow can.
He's catatonic.
Harlow, as you're the only one that can see him, you see like kind of something kind of swim down his white pale eye.
As you're so glad I can't see this right now.
As you'll hear a voice in your head.
Oh.
As you'll hear, yes, Lucy.
I know exactly what you're doing. No. Continue, but.
Hello, as you'll hear. Foolish. Come down here asking the wrong questions. None of you will survive.
Eric, has it gone quiet again?
We've been through many worse things.
What's going on?
None such as us. Join us in the depths.
So there are more. I like it. I pick him up, and I'm not a very strong guy, so I'm essentially going to try and hip throw him to the floor. Just enough to do like a point of damage to see if I can shake the invisibility. I don't know how invisibility works.
Sure. The rest of you will just see Harlow just wrestling with nothing except his keys flying around in the air. As you pop him onto the ground, as his eyes come to. The invisibility still stays.
Seems like our friend is not the one responsible for everything going on here. At least he's somewhat truthful. Hi, Maxim. I give him a pat on the cheek.
No response.
Oh.
But as you pat him on the cheek, ice cold.
Oh no.
That's a shame.
But he's still invisible.
Still invisible.
Harlow, what's happening?
I'm sorry. Let me relay this. Maxim is dead. Wasn't me. He's cold. Here. Touch him if you like, if you don't believe me, but
I saw you just throw him to the ground. You've got to be aware of your strength.
And so you saw him throw
Have
something
you
to the
met
ground.
me? I am skin and bones.
Yes, you don't know it sometimes, Harlow. You just... look, he was going to show us something, but all right.
All of them are going to show us. There's more.
As almost like static electricity, Maxim's body starts kind of like, and it comes back into being.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Any sound from that?
No, not really. It's
Oh, the
just-
invisibility comes off.
the invisibility kind of just
Oh, I
like
see.
it's like a light bulb switching on and off.
Yeah.
Like you can see him appear and then disappear and then appear and disappear and then poof, pop into appearance.
Oh. Oh gosh, you're all right.
My jaw kind of pops back into place about now that the effects are just wearing off.
I'll continue to ignore that.
Sorry. It's not the worst you've seen me do.
No, and I try not to remember any of it. Well, now we've lost our guide.
Have we? Like, are we 100% sure?
I give him a kick.
He seems pretty dead to me.
Give him a kick. No movement.
I'm pretty sure.
It's like we'll have to go investigating.
Well, whatever it was, it's down this hole, right?
Will it
Oh,
will it
fair
cost
point.
you
Unless we
to
have any whispers of danger about going down the hole that anyone wants to bring up.
I was going to say, do you have another will it cost you a bit of energy to throw another light moth down there?
Oh, absolutely not. And he just does the same again, and I will toss a
Sure.
light-covered stone down this.
I just loved whispers of any dark holes. Yeah, it drops down probably about a good solid 15 foot.
Ah,
Strong.
Oh, that's it? Just 15 feet?
Yeah, it's not much.
Great.
well,
It's still a 1d6 of damage if you fall off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever was commanding him said in my head, feel free to believe me or not, Calder, to come and join them in the depths. Come join them in the depths.
Well, I don't know how we always end up going deeper into the earth, but
As long as we don't end in the abyss, I'll be happy.
Back to where we came from, I suppose.
Jesus. Hope it's not that.
no, thank you. I'll start to get out my rope.
Sure. One quick thing.
Hello.
As the you threw, what did you throw down, Ian? Like a light,
Just a stone with light.
stone of light. As it whacked into the ground, it was quite muddy, and it stayed there for a bit. But you can see the stone start to slip as it eventually kind of like falls into the darkness.
Guys, we might
I technically have light still emitting from me.
Yep.
yeah, we might lose our footing a bit when we get down there.
Oh, wait, you're climbing down the chasm?
Is that not the plan?
Oh, boy.
We're here to kill whatever this is, right?
It's more the fact, how do we get back up?
That's more than fine. I'm sure I can adjust every one of us to be as light as a feather.
I hate all of this. If I get a little bit more angle on this, does this look like this chasm drops down, but then does this keep going?
Yes,
Is
it
this another tunnel?
keeps shooting down.
Oh, this is the tunnel. Sorry. So it drops off here,
Yeah, sorry, and it
and
keeps
the stone just came down, started sliding down this way.
yeah, slided down.
Ah, I bet. Cool. Sorry, that makes much more sense. Well, I'm up for anything. Let's try it.
I will need an order of who goes first, second, third, fourth.
I'll be
Do I
tying
need
my rope, so
Sorry, this can go.
I kind of looked at everyone and be like, since I've got the bright light on me, it's more the concern is that I'm going to let anything that is down there, well, I guess they already know that we're kind of in the vicinity, but I'm definitely not going to make us in any sort stealthy as hell, but I'm also a those who can't see. So we're in that predicament.
It sounds like you want to lead the way.
Let's go with that.
What I said, I'll be happy. I'd never. Fine, I'll lead the way.
I'll follow suit.
Okay, so who's Let me know
Yeah,
your plan.
the big paladin's gonna lead the way.
Big Pally boy.
Yeah, big paladin!
Big
Hey,
boy.
hey!
Look over at Ulrich and I'll kind of give a nod and I'll go third and let him tail.
All right. How are you getting down there, La Luna?
I haven't fallen that far. Shit.
I've set up a rope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
As you're gonna climb down the rope, pretty simple. Not a hard decline. But as you touch the ground below you, it is insanely slippery.
Okay. I would carefully try put my foot down, and I would like immediately feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. To be honest, there's actually not a lot of things I could personally do, but I will like keep myself held up as much as my body body weight as possible. Be like, it's not gonna be easy traveling down here. Unless anyone else is doing anything, I will put my step onto it.
You'll step onto it. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Are you still holding onto the rope?
Yes.
Okay. Next up.
Yeah, I climb down next. Before I do,
The rope is taut now as Luna is still holding onto it. So climbing down it is like, there's not much like give on like leaning back and climbing down, but it's still an easy climb. But once you reach the bottom, it starts to get quite tight.
That's cool. I'll climb down. I don't know if I have my own rope. Hold on.
Lucy will put you down there as well.
Oh, thank you. I totally didn't.
That's right.
Yeah. Did I start this journey with a diplomat's pack? Yep, that's cool. Yep. No, I'm just here too.
Hold up. Yeah, I need to look at my.
I would like to cast resistance on myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's cantrip, and just see if I can brace myself on the wall. I'll let go of the rope and brace myself on a wall instead.
Can you describe to me what resistance does?
All it does is add a d4 to one saving throw if I need to make.
I will need a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. That's all that comes.
As you let go of the rope, your body starts to slip.
Oh. D4. What is that? Is that going to be enough? Nope. I will use luck.
Mm-hmm.
That's cocked. Come on, other dice. Same roll. Okay.
All up.
That is a total of 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. As you just catch your feeding, you were still standing up, but you were almost like surfing, starting to like surf down as you will move 5 foot down the chasm.
Oh,
Question, Michael.
hi.
I technically haven't used my bardic inspiration. What's the duration?
It's
of
gone.
It's gone.
10,
Yeah.
10 minutes, I believe.
Who's?
10 minutes, yeah.
So you will start sliding down. You've got your feeding. You've still got your hands. You can still do things. You're not
Oh, woo.
but you're just kind of like almost like snowboarding down.
Oh, that's cool.
the
Oh,
slope.
shit, it's happening.
But you can feel yourself. You will start gaining speed eventually.
Shit.
So who's next?
Luna, you'll need to move away for us to climb down.
All I can say is that if I let go, I'm also gonna move further and further away from you. So if you want me to, I can, but I might be gone pretty gnarly.
As she's talking, I will turn away from her and to Eric. And
Hello?
Eric, that looks quite gassy down there. You don't have any tricks up your sleeve to get around it. I may be able to help me and you, but
I mean, I can make small area maybe a little less slippery, but
Oh yes, good idea. I'll just look over, and can I use mold earth and see if I can bring up any solid earth, or is it just all mud and slush?
You can certainly try.
I will. Just a 5 foot square, just in front of the Luna. Just try and push up, like turn it over.
Yeah, sure. As you start to, it is slushy.
Yep.
So you start to turn it over, and it all kind of just like almost slicks itself.
Yep. Okay.
Like the fresh bottom stuff comes up, but you can see that if you could stand still, you'd probably sink. But like it's the vast amount of it keeps it solid.
I'm currently.
I lift my cane up to my mouth and whisper, casting the message cantrip up to Calder. Hate to rush you, but I'm gone.
That's a good point. As you cast that spell,
I've been moving myself 5 foot intervals. Yeah.
Oh, have you? Okay. Have you already moved? Okay.
I'll be like, I kind of see him kind of disappear and be like,
Look, we gotta go.
I let go of the rope and like try and brace myself like I saw he did.
All right. Roll me a dexterity, please.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh, you would have gotten +5 on that, Michael, because you're near me, or a protection.
Ah, so it was a 20. That's fine. I
was a 20,
believe I
okay.
passed. Yeah.
Still up.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Same as mom. You were sliding in 5 foot intervals. So every time, Michael and Lucy just keep him track every time like something that costs an action happens.
Yeah.
Move yourself 5 feet.
Nice.
Well, what do you think, Rook? Get our feet dirty or take the DuPont way out?
Get down there, Kaldor.
Good God.
I love it.
All right, I'll get my hand around the rope and kind of abseil my way down.
Fireman pole.
Sure.
I will stop just 1 foot above touching the dirt, though.
Okay, sure. Are you still holding on?
Yes.
Right as he's like about to like let go, I just jump down and land next to him.
Sure. Are you holding on to anything?
No, I'm just dropping down.
All right.
I'm trying to make as big of a splash onto the mud as I can as well.
Sure. As you jump down, you sink into the mud. You're fine.
Oh, well, that's absolutely disgusting. And I'll use the first level spell slot to cast Levitate on myself, and I will.
Oh, you bitch! You bitch!
I will push off the wall and just float down, and use the walls to bounce myself down in that direction.
Right. That's fantastic. Lucy and Harlow, another 5 feet, please.
Oh, I've been moving.
Yep.
Don't worry.
But you can see above you.
Only like, I kid you, only like this much off.
Oh, you seeing like just hovering next to you is your friend.
Okay, Twinkle Toes. No need to show off.
You will see the bottom of my boots do twinkle.
Okay. So can yeah, cool. Okay. Everyone's moving down.
I
I will,
I suppose try and clamber out of my little hole.
Now,
I pull myself up on the rope and.
Harlow,
Hello.
I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw
+5 to it.
as a pit opens up.
Oh,
Oh shit!
that's bad.
No.
Oh.
You get +5.
Real bad. That is. Would I have seen this pit coming because of my Devil Sight and Dark Vision?
You would have, yes. So yeah, that's
If
why.
if I had the time, I would have coming around that corner, gone, oh shit, and cast the same glyph in the air again. The shadows just sort of bounce off my chest to give me that little bit of inspiration.
Sure.
Cast resistance on myself again.
So you get Lucy's +5 and your inspiration.
Oh, woo!
Hello.
I get Lucy's +5.
Or a
So
protection,
that
maybe, or
is
whatever.
all of the things added together is a 10 + 3 + 6. So 19.
19? Sure. You just managed to stop in front of it as you dig your boots into the soil, and it slows you down. But coming charging right behind you.
Me to go. Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. Sorry, Ian, you're at half speed because you're just
Yeah.
mushing through the stuff.
And what can I see? Like, so if I like manage to make it 5'4", can I see?
Have you got dark vision?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so yeah, you can see your regular sight, right?
Yeah, so I see Harlow like hold up and La Luna starting to go.
You can see up to there.
Yeah.
You can see like this area. Yeah.
Okay, so but I can see Harlow trying to like stop.
Yeah, you can see Carlo trying to stop. But
DM, can I be a bit cheeky?
Yes.
If I don't know what's our we had a little bit of spacing between us, right? Because I slid off first and was like 10 feet ahead.
mm-hmm.
If I spin around and cast command on La Luna to stop as I hit that edge, can I give her like an extra saving throw before she hits me? For her to like try and stop herself from sliding?
Sure. I see, because I think if you cast command, it's like an instantaneous I have to, not why. You know what I mean? There's no hesitation to it. So if you cast command,
she fails
yes.
a saving throw, so I will spin around, and my eyes in the darkness, even though you've got light cast on you, they suddenly glow with a bright golden flash, and I just yell, "Stop!" And I believe it's a wisdom save, La Luna.
Oh, I've got a +11 to that.
Or you can choose to fail it.
But you do what you would do in the scenario. You and I have been traveling together for a while. You can.
Yeah, I would.
determine
I would know to not if you're fucking trying to cast something on me. I would obviously, and also in this, I would probably, because I have dark vision. Would I see? I'd see him struggle to stop. Would I see the pit?
Yeah, I think no matter what, anyway, it's if you can.
Okay, cool.
So
I
the
would.
stop is.
I would fail it.
Yeah, but this is an any means necessary. So rather than I'm just going to try grab onto something, it's because you're being commanded to. It's any means necessary. So a spell, you know.
Oh, okay. Give me a
So
second.
if you have if you have levitate, then it's like cast it straight away.
Hell no, I don't. I have Misty Step.
I honestly, I would. Well, that's not stop though, is it? So.
No, exactly. I really don't have any spells that.
I did have a plan as this was all happening as
Mhm.
well.
Go for it.
This is all happening at the same time, so.
Yeah. You see, he just sort of shoves his staff into the ground, and the same mycelium roots from before just start coming out of it.
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this.
Essentially, if you choose to grab onto them, you could essentially be failing the strength saving throw.
And being restrained.
Casting entangle on the area. That you
Yeah,
guys
no.
Nice.
I would probably do that as well, because I'd see that happen. I'd be commanded to stop, and I know from
So
previous-
it's difficult terrain. There'll be these roots sort of going through, so
Sure.
I imagine it can kind of be a
Chooses
Yeah,
to fail
essentially as these
2 saving
vines come
throws
up
from
and
her
just, like,
allies' spells.
Wrap around the legs of all of your allies inside.
I will just levitate an inch higher to avoid those
Yeah.
touching my
You
boots.
see one really tries to follow you.
Yeah, but you have all successfully stopped.
Oh, motherfucker.
Harlow, there's like a foot.
Back to the edge of this hole with
Yeah.
my feet now wrapped into the floor, like, oh,
Can I
oh.
look past and see if I can see if there's another end to this?
You can certainly can.
I'm going to levitate up next to Harlow, not looking at him, just looking ahead.
Sure, I will reveal 2.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But what you'll also notice is as you're levitating and you're kind of slightly coming out, you look around. Roll me a perception.
Sure.
Roll me one of those 3 perception dice.
6, so that's 17 total.
17. As you're looking around, you're looking at the exits, but then you start to like notice something on the wall.
Oh, fuck.
You look, and you start to look up, and there's dozens, if not like tens of dozens, of bats, all just kind of wrapped up.
Fuck.
And then you can see along the sides of the walls, like along these little angles here, there's enough space to kind of like
Shimmy.
Oh, I'd do one of them
Shimmy
shimmy
along the
things.
I will look at the bats for probably a moment too long than I should.
And you're also just slowly drifting.
Yeah, yes, I'm kind of like just coming up, just past you at the moment now.
I kind of reach out and just lightly grab your foot in the sense that, like, if you really wanted to kick my hand off, you could.
Yeah.
But it's more like I got you.
I'm just going to look down at you and shrug my shoulders, and I'm going to give a little boot off you and go to the south tunnel.
Nice. Okay.
And they're giving us a lift.
I will also, as I drift away, do this.
Into the darkness. Shh.
You're losing your light, by the way.
I'm aware.
It's okay, I can
live?
see him.
We
And
can
I'm
all
like,
see
what?
him,
When
but he
I
can't see anything.
when I get to there, I will touch down.
All right. Are you? Wait, do you have dark vision?
Oh, no,
Nope. He's a human.
I'm an elf.
Health.
You're an elf.
Elves have it.
Elves have dark
Okay.
vision.
Okay.
Where does it say dark vision? Oh, there. Senses. Yeah, I know. I
Proficiency
do.
in language.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
So you
just
can
not
see
used to being
that
in dank places.
you can see that this opens.
Oh,
This
it
this
was
continues on.
Warwick that didn't have dark
Oh
vision.
yes,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. It continues.
I will tap down on the edge, check if the ground is slippery.
Ground is very safe.
Very safe. That's what I like to hear. And what I'll do is, this is going to be interesting. Oh, do we still have pass without? No, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try subtly. Magic isn't always subtle, but I'm going to try and extend this shimmy ledge out bit by using rolled earth.
Oh. Okay.
Just grabbing whatever's under it, like kind of like folding it up. Not massive ledge, but just enough that it's not dangerous anymore.
Now my question is, how loud?
I don't know how loud this is going. It's molding the earth. It's
Oh,
moving.
Holding the earth.
It's moving the earth.
Yeah. As soon as you
Fuck.
start shifting the earth, these bats start swarming. You can hear. They're not essentially attacking you.
No, but this
like
is
the
disgusting.
swarm of it seems to be just like whacking into you, and you're trying to move. If you weren't levitating, you would possibly be slipping off this edge. Harlow, you're restrained, so you can't move. So you're all actually safe from this little thing. As the bats kind of like disperse down the caves.
Oh, they disappear?
They disappear.
Oh, okay. It's about to use a very high-level spell to get rid of them.
It's generally because you were levitating, and because you're restrained, Michael, is that you're fine.
So we're all right.
But wait, you touch down.
I
That
did.
doesn't stop the levitation, though. You can just.
No. Not necessarily. You can still be concentrating on levitate.
So if you like fell, you can just back up.
That was the idea, but
Okay,
I
so you're
still
fine.
scared myself.
Yeah. You almost slipped off, and then you were like, and then got back up.
So like Kaldrfjell slipped and fell prone, but all that happens is whoop, and he's like 3 feet in the air.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's slipping off into the depths, is what I was.
If there's no more
yeah.
bats now, I will regain my breath and continue to aid this ledge.
Sure, it will take a bit of time.
Of course it will. My thinking is that as they're moving, they can keep up with the spell. But yes.
Yeah, sure. Because it's what you can cast it once every 6 seconds,
Yes.
and it's 5 foot. So what? That's
So I can mold a 5-foot square.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah,
20 foot. So what? 6 times.
30 seconds.
Yeah. 30 seconds later.
I want to make sure it's secure. Like, I know it's going to take time, but
Yeah, it will. Because if you're just molding earth across, eventually it's not being held. So it will kind of get to the center and then start leaning,
yeah.
and then it will start just going down. And if you try to like pull it up, like
Yep.
you know that like this earth will just kind of like into the center.
Yeah.
It doesn't look sturdy.
Yes, my idea is that so they don't have to go back up against the wall, but they could still like
Oh, I see.
just go.
Yeah.
I'm just
Dash it up.
yeah,
Sorry, big brain energy. Yeah, cool.
not
Okay,
like
well,
a full bridge, not at all.
yeah. I thought yeah. So you're just like casting it like along this wall line.
Correct.
Yeah,
So gotcha. Okay.
just to make it easier for us to get over there.
Yeah, as this stone, I think you're more aiming for like the heavier stuff as you start to push it out. Yeah. It'll make a less shimmy platform.
Well, the fact that we're all
It
restrained.
will still be like
At this
5
point,
foot wide, but like the one person could walk along it.
I whisper to Uruk. Hey, I think we're good. You can let us go now.
Sort of pulls the staff out of the mud and and they all just start.
As you two start to like slide the rest of the way down, but you stop on the stone that's jutted out now.
Yep, just kind of leap over to that.
I just keep trudging.
I love it.
Thank you, Kaldr.
That's all right. I'm here to help, and I'll turn around.
And then, is this some weird thing where I stand on this again and start slipping again?
No, this is
Ooh.
slightly inclined, but like solid. Now it's 11:30.
It is. Is there a fight coming up?
There is. I will just have to direct you to which way, if that's okay.
Shall we part 2 with more exploring and a fight?
We could do part 2 with exploring in a fight if you like.